as Moors. So they understand that the Moors are black. That's the Moors are just black people. They know Moors are black. But this same source is a fictional source, and I would prefer not to pull from it because it's not consistent with the geographers and the other more detailed and rich literature sources like the definitions and like I said, geographers who are very well versed and understand what people look like. And so, these stories, like they're talking about the miracles of the Virgin Mary. So this is one of them. It says the blind pilgrim to Santiago was healed at Versaga. So, this blind person was healed by the Virgin Mary. I think where is it said? In some of these, they mention a statue doing all this. Uh, this one is the statue that defended the castle. So that's the one I just shown. And if you go to this image, that's the statue they're talking about. So they're claiming, this statue had defended the castle, and it's the Virgin Mary who performed this miracle. There's another one that's talking about the statue that healed the sick. A king had a very beautiful statue of the Virgin. No other could compare. The statue performed many miracles of healing, but people traveled long distance to be cured by it. Whenever the Ave Maria was recited in front of the statue, its healing powers were doubled. This is a fictional source. The statue cured 46 people within a few days. Everyone praised the Virgin. So if we can go
Can anybody up here bring that
hold on.
source up?
We can,
The Cantigas. Yeah,
Yeah,
we showed the picture
source.
from the Cantigas, but that's a
Yeah.
book of poems.
Yeah, it's a book of poems about a fictional stories about
But
the
that don't have
Virgin
nothing to
Mary
do with the
doing
depiction,
miracles.
though.
And
That don't got
so
nothing
that's
to do
what
with
it
the
is at the end of the
depiction,
day.
bro. Go
And
ahead, go
also,
off.
so where it says, so this is not the correct translation because they left out the part where they're saying, so this is the where it says the three Moors, black as Satan, had entered the castle, and they left that part out. They kept the three, but it didn't say black Moors. It said three Moors, black as Satan. So I just wanted to show that.
That's
So
because
just
it's being
sources in
used as a
general.
metaphor.
So it could be a metaphor. So guess what? Regardless,
Just
it's a
like
fictional story.
black magic,
Yeah, I
black.
understand what you're talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
I understand what you're talking about, but it's
Okay.
consistent with all the other sources of people describing the Moors as black. Even though this one is a fictional one, and it really shouldn't be used because it's all of its songs is about the Virgin Mary. That's why it's called the Cantigas de Santa Maria. And some of these statues are doing all these miracles, defending castles from attacks and stuff like that. It was one where a guy was floating in the air by a paintbrush because the Virgin Mary had saved him from falling off the ladder.
Brother,
Just fictional stuff. So
you to show us
this is your fictional. Oh, no,
the
I'm showing the people
leadership
that's no no
of
no no no.
7,
I am. I'm
9,
getting to that.
11. I
Let me
need to
finish.
see afros on
And
these leaders.
I didn't get what I
7, 11.
wanted. You didn't show no literature.
Bro, you
So
ain't showing
I'm
nothing.
showing y'all a source that y'all use. It's a flunky source about fictional miracles that really didn't happen. They didn't cure the blind.
You can't prove that all of the Moors, the whole
Cool.
Moors is all
Hold
black.
on, hold on.
He can't
Bro,
show where they
I don't care about healing the
Moors
blind
black
and
people.
all that. Like, hold on, because he playing games. I don't
No,
care
I'm not,
about
because your
healing the
source is
blind.
flunky.
I don't care about
Yeah.
magical spells and spirits.
Yeah,
We
this is your
show the
source. This is
picture.
your
We
source.
show the painting, a depiction. So
it's a
so the
fictional
other
source
pic
regardless.
where they playing chess. What's your excuse for that? That's from the Book of Games of Alfonso X.
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So a man tried to please the Virgin, but neglected to confess his sins. One day, when he was passing through some mountains, thieves attacked him. They beheaded him and fled. 4 days later, when two Franciscans were passing by, they heard the corpse cry out, asking for confession. The friars were startled, but they discovered the body with the head miraculously reattached. The man told them that thieves had slaughtered him, and the devils had tried to carry off his soul. He said that the Virgin had overcome the devils and caused his head to be reattached so he could make his confession. The friars gathered at the crowd, a great crowd, and the man made his confession, was immediately detached from his body, and he passed away. People praised the Virgin. So hold on, let me show y'all throughout all these things that people like to show y'all,
You
and some of
missing
these
the point.
accounts, it's is the Virgin. You're gonna see the Virgin Mary in all of these depictions. This is the same source I'm reading from, and where they're getting their shit from. This is
But you're
fictional
missing the
source. It
point.
doesn't count. No, I'm not missing no point because you got a flunky corrupted source that you're using. That's not realistic. It's not based on history. It's based on miracles,
Point is,
stories. No, that's not.
point
I'm not
is,
done.
they
I'm
got
not
a
done.
literary book. They
So
got a
let's get-
literary book that's referring to Moors. On the cover, they don't got no black skinned people. The title is Three Black Moors. So they're using black in the term to denote one that's evil.
No, they're
one
not.
that's bad, not
No,
good.
they're not. Because I just showed you they're
obviously
talking about the
it's not-
sun
it's not black
making these people
on the
black.
cover of that book. That's what they're trying to show you.
And I showed you the Muslim sources that confirm that.
Right,
that
right,
these people
right.
are
I
black.
don't know how to say your name, Mr. Castro. Right. It's a
So let me-
metaphor.
let
Black
me-
is a metaphor for evil, like having a black heart. Yeah. It's ain't no black people there. Ain't no black people
Yes,
on
it
the
is
cover of
people,
that
black
book.
people there.
If
And
I
I
have
showed
a,
that
if I have a book called Three Bears, I'm gonna put three bears on there. It'll at least be a bear on there or something, right? Or a
Regardless,
big
it's a
pig,
fictional story,
right?
and that's your source. Remember, a fictional story. That's your source.
You're missing the
So,
point.
This is
Not
another
telling-
one
not-
where
nobody's
it
saying that
says,
there were no
so this is
black
the leader.
skinned people.
Y'all asking for leaders. So this is the death of a Moorish leader. It's a black man with a crown, and then you got a couple black faces in here.
What's his
Laying
name?
their heads on the ground. It says, so this is Charlemagne killing the Moorish leader. So it's from the 14th century. But I want to get to that point where they mention black people. Sometimes they're not going to depict them as black.
Read right. What does this
So
that
here-
say? Right, go right above this picture. Right there. Read that. What that say?
It says, beneath her and his horse lie various Saracens.
So
black
just
and white.
read it from the top.
Charlemagne, who rides in from the left on a white horse wearing a crown and bearing a lance. Prince Ferrir, who can be identified by his crown, is falling from his steed, who turns his head and towards his master, brow puckered. Beneath Ferrir and his horse lie various Saracens, black and white, who have fallen in battle. It is curious that the miniature chose to include black Moors in the picture, as the color black is not mentioned in the text. So some of these depictions are inconsistent with the literature, which is what I've been saying. And so, however, the Chasson de Roland, which is also found in this manuscript, does describe the Saracens as blacker than the besieged swine. Surprisingly, there is not a black Saracen to be seen in the miniature that accompanies this particular passage. So they're describing the people as black in some of these manuscripts, and then the artist is depicting them as, white or whatever he chooses. So, that happens. So let me get to the Bidan.
The Moorish leaders. Yeah, get to that.
Let me get to the Bidan.
Go ahead.
So this is one of the translators of, many West African manuscripts. Sheikh Muhammad al-Amin ibn Adam. He says that, because this person asks about the Hausa being called Sudanese, and he says, the problem with Westerners is that we Westerners who have been raised in a hyper-racist and color-conscious environment is that whenever we see black or white in the pre-colonial African context, so we're off the Europeans calling the Moors black, we're dealing with the Bidan. We immediately associate it with our westernized concepts of black people and white people. The concepts of Sudanese black and Bidan white in the context of pre-colonial Islamic societies was completely different. Today, both the Sudanese and Bidan would technically be considered black or African in our Western view. In the African Islamic view, the Sudanese were considered to be a select group of ethnicities, such as the Yoruba, Hausa, Kanembu, and Fur, while the Bidan were considered to be Arab, Tuareg, Sonic, and Fulbe, etc. You can see how all these ethnic groups will today be considered black in our Western eyes. You also have to remember that the Congolese Sudan was not technically given to a geographical location until after the Europeans conquered and colonized Africa. So he's talking about the modern day Sudan, the name of that country. So you read that there that,
Where is this from?
so this is from the translator of many West African manuscripts. And then, so we can go, and he translated, so this is Sheikh Muhammad, what's his name? Muhammad Sharif ibn Farad.
And what's the source?
This is Sankor Institute, theossi.org. And you know, it's funny in this source because they also mention about the people of Bornu being Berbers in this source. And, you know, he's talking about the origin of the people of Bornu. So these are, you know, your black people, and they're called Berbers here. And they're giving the whole origin story. And it said that they, look right here, it says, there they found the country inhabited, underdeveloped and under the control of their kinsmen, the Tuaregs, called Amkita. They conquered them in the land and eventually settled in the country, establishing government until they controlled the further regions in these lands. So y'all try to make it seem like these light-skinned people, if you want to pretend that the Tuareg were these light-skinned Caucasians, here they're mentioned being conquered by the Bornu, who we know to be black people. So get out of here with that. So let's get on to another source with the Bidan. So
can I ask a question real quick before you move on to the next topic, next subject?
Yeah.
So does that eliminate the genetic data that the studies of the genetic data that we just heard?
No, what are you talking about? I don't care about no native North Africans having a certain amount of DNA. If you're talking about people in the Atlas Mountains and stuff like that, I already know that they're different.
I'm saying what I read was
I remember that.
Those North Africans are more closely related to West Asians and Europeans than Sub-Saharan Africans, and there's a great distinction there between Sub-Saharan Africans and North Africans, right? So they obviously aren't the same people, right? So is that source that you reading? Is that historical source gonna override the empirical data from the genetic studies?
Well, like of the Tuareg, they got E1B1A. You're talking about a specific group of people, and I'm
gonna keep it real, man.
This
should go right back. This should go right back to the Hamitic fucking story, bro. They wasn't letting black people up on there unless they fully converted.
Guess what?
You know what I'm saying? So this shit you talking, I need you again to show me the black leaders in 7-Eleven specifically that had an afro that went in there and spearheaded this whole movement. You can't do that because they wasn't putting black people in leadership like that, yo, unless they converted. So the few black people that you see are people that converted to Islam, people that submitted to the shit.
That's not true.
That is very
I just showed you that it wasn't true.
You guys no, that's bullshit, bro. You showed me.
No, what you're saying is bullshit.
I mean, he's showing you guys a lot of proof, though. A lot of proof based on like authors. I apologize. I just wanted to come up here because he's showing a lot of evidence, and I see that some of you guys' rebuttal is very biased, but y'all saying that he's biased. He's showing you guys.
Long enough, then.
No, I've been listening to this. I've been trying to request for a long time, but I've been listening for the past hour. He's been showing sources that reference time period.
Hold on, time out. No, he's not. He has not showed us a source from 7-Eleven that proves that. No, let me finish, bro. I asked him about 2-3 hours ago to show me a source of Musa Ibn Zaid and fucking Tariq Ibn, right? And show me and prove that they was black fellas going in there starting this gangster shit. And he didn't show us that.
And I've talked to people from Mauritania. He said these people in Tamarazet are his people in like Algeria. He was telling me they were black people, and he's a black man. And he showed me his. You know, the funny thing, he showed me.
There weren't any.
Hold on. He showed me his mom and dad, and his mom, who's supposed to be Sanink Mandinke, she was a lighter skinned woman, while his dad, who's supposed to be Sanhaja, was the black one.
Bro, you understand that the Arabs was enslaving black people?
Clearly,
look, man, the Arabs was enslaving the black people before all of this shit was going down.
Clearly, I've been studying this better than you guys.
Listen, bro, they took the women.
I've been studying it better than you. I got all my sources ready.
They took the women, and they took the women, and they chopped the parts off of the males and used them for fucking eunuchs.
So why do the Tuareg have the Y-DNA? Why do they have E1B1?
I think we're getting a little far from the original. From what I gathered when I came in here and heard the original topic is supposed to be showing black rulers, black Moorish rulers.
Yes. No, y'all moving the topic.
Right.
No, that was the same topic.
When I came in, they told you that you were moving the goalposts because they asked you about that, right?
I need
I
you
don't
to
know,
show me
bro. We need to
black
get to a specific
So
topic.
Moorish
there's
leader
if the
going
if the black,
into the
hold
Gibraltar
on.
area at 7-Eleven. That's
So
what I
I'm
want
cutting
you
that
to show
bullshit
me.
out because you keep talking about eunuchs and stuff. So why do they
I'm just saying they wasn't fucking with
why is
black
it
people like that.
E1B1A
'Cause
if it's just supposed to
what I'm
be?
stressing is they didn't give a fuck about black people like that. To have a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know what you're
black
talking
leaders
about,
around.
and you're not talking about the Moors. So I'm talking about the Moors. But why you trying to make it seem like all the black men were just eunuchs and stuff among these like the Tuareg and all
I ain't
these
say
other
all
groups?
of them.
Do you say
So
all of them?
why do I said make it seem
I'm saying
like?
what they did to black people. That's what I'm
And they
saying.
did that to other people too, and it wasn't that they
Yeah, but
did
we
it to
don't care
black
about
people.
other people.
Black
We
people
talking
did
about
it
black
to
people.
Talk
to
about us.
their own
What we
people,
talking
and they
about?
sold them as eunuchs because whatever crime they committed.
It wasn't no crime. They just did that
Okay.
shit. They
Committed
do
some.
it because they was
No,
non-believers.
they could have committed a crime in their
Nah,
community.
nah,
And they
that's
sold them
that's
as slaves.
cool. That's
So
cool.
you don't know
So
the
can
backstory
you?
of all this stuff.
Right. That's cool. Can you show black rulers, black Moorish rulers anywhere?
I didn't did that.
No,
I've been
you
did
have
that.
Well,
not.
I
I'm
didn't
about
see
this.
it. I didn't see it. My
Did it?
bad.
I'm
I might
about
have
this.
came late.
Go one more
Alright.
time, because
No, I'm gonna ask you one more time. I need
Alright.
you to prove that Musa Ibn Zaid and Tariq was black. Those were the two people. I'm talking about the governor of fucking North Africa, bro. The motherfucker that went into Gibraltar. Show me that he was black. Show me that.
I'm not
Me
sure you should, 'cause
personally,
that's not the argument. So I
I'm
don't get. I
me
don't care about
personally,
it.
I'm going
You're trying to narrow
beyond
it
that
down to one man, and I
because
don't care about that, bro. Quit trying to narrow it
Tariq
down to
Ibn
one man.
Zaid was
this in the
the
audience?
general of the army, but he was taking orders from them motherfuckers over in Baghdad. So
Nobody's
I
refuting that.
want the black Moorish ruler who was ruling these niggas.
Musa
You talking about
Ibn,
their,
show
you
us
talking about their
Musa.
own princes, their own princes and their own
Exactly
government?
like Moose, like
Like Mansa
Musa
Musa or
from
something?
no, I'm
Musa
not talking about
Ibn,
no Mansa
not
Musa, bro.
Mansa. I'm talking about Musa Ibn Zaid.
I just said Baghdad.
That cat. I need to
So,
show them in black.
guys, y'all trying to move it and narrow it down to leaders. You see how
No,
the audience, y'all see how they doing this? They're moving it
because
down
what
to
we've been
leaders.
trying to tell you is
Well,
that we're
guess
not
what?
saying that there weren't any black people being called Moors.
And you
We're
still haven't
saying that
shown
there
other
were
people being
hold
called
on, bro,
Moors.
let me finish. We're
Y'all
saying that there were
bullshit.
other peoples to whom they were referring to as Moors.
Right.
Y'all being
So
bullshit.
they were so it's not racial. It's not a color thing. It's not a complexion thing. It's around 711 AD.
Yes.
It became a term used for the Islamic people that invaded Spain
And I keep
to
showing you
take that
that's
shit
not.
over,
Quit lying
right?
to the people. Quit fucking lying.
No, we're not lying. I need you to
Yes, you
show
are.
us Musa Ibn
Hey.
Nazir, because that was the leader. That was the
The Moors
governor.
have
I
bodies
need you
like
to
his
show
height.
me-
Yeah, he just showed one of the Muslim, the Moorish people getting slain by a guy, and they gave the name. So can we just look him up and see if he was an African leader?
Black
Let me deal
African
with this
leader.
first. So, Port City keep talking about eunuchs and stuff.
And a leader, not
And there's
You
like
brought
some
up
nigga
Phoenix
that's taking
first, bro.
orders.
This is
E1B1A, this is the Tuareg, like 50% Libya.
Show
E1B1A.
us, bro. I need you to show us
I-
Musa.
no, let me
Let me
finish.
be
You cutting me
specific.
off.
Let me be
You
specific.
cutting me off.
I know. I'm
I just
gonna
wanted to
stop.
address all the arguments that you guys made. I want to address all that shit.
Are you gonna show us Musa Ibn Nazir?
I'm
Because
not
that
showing
was
you
the
that. 'Cause
governor of
the
North
argument is not
Africa.
about him. The argument
Yeah,
is
So
not
you
no,
about
gonna
it
show
ain't.
everything except the original topic?
because I told you I didn't know, and you keep trying to push back to
Oh,
that.
okay, so you don't know. Oh, okay.
I don't know
That's
about
cool.
Musa ibn Nair and what he looked like. I don't
You
think
don't
there's
know
any
about
description of
any
him. So why
ruler,
would I
many
bother
Moorish
that
rulers.
topic?
You need to get up on your Islamic Moorish
Well, you
game.
need to get up on your sources because
You
you
need to
clearly
get
don't
up
have
on
no
your Moorish
description of him
talk
either.
game. You don't know what you're
Because
talking
you
about.
just
bro. You know
yapping.
what I'm saying?
You ain't got no sources.
Yeah, I told you, Musa Ibn Nazir.
Well, you wouldn't have.
Hey,
Hold
Hold on, wait. Let me clarify something before we
You
go
would have
on.
pulled up a source describing him. If you
Bro, god damn. The initial point that we were talking about was with no jobs, and he kept moving the point. So if we would have known that we were going to be talking about Moors and Islam, I'm pretty sure we would have took the time a day or two to get the resources to talk about this shit. This is not a point of topic all the time.
I feel you.
Go ahead.
And it's kind of hard when no Diddy when you keep bouncing around from point to different points. So that's why I said we need to stick to a singular point because it started going all over the place. And I'm not just saying you. So let's stick to what I heard when I came in was supposed to be the original point. Moorish rulers. Do we have any black ones?
I
Yes.
showed the Almoravids. That's been done. Do y'all want me to show it again? Do I have to do that?
Almoravids weren't leaders. They didn't have black
Yeah,
leaders.
I was about to say that those weren't leaders.
Yeah,
Why
I
weren't
need
they
a
leaders?
governor. I need you to show me the
Why weren't they
governor.
leaders?
Musa
And
Abed
them
Nusayr.
niggas that was running the Almoravids weren't black.
Oh,
But anyway,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's go back to
just
that.
go ahead and show
I
them.
guess I have to show it again.
7-Eleven.
You're hard of
Let me
hearing, I
repeat
guess.
so you know what you're looking for. Let me make sure. 7-Eleven, Musa Ibn Nusayr, the governor of North Africa. Can you prove that he was black? Yes or no?
I told you no already. How many
Okay.
times
Governor
have
of
I
North
said?
Africa.
God
See,
damn,
that's
I
wanted
that's
to
the
know.
type of shit that we looking for. A
Thank you.
ruler,
Well, I don't
not
care.
somebody that was leading an army based on the orders of another nigga.
Right. I wanted to go to the source, the nigga who spearheaded this shit.
Who calling the shots? What does the money trail lead you back to?
The
Oh,
tip,
money. Oh,
no
Ghana
Diddy
Empire.
of
Let's
the
talk
spear.
about that. Oh, let's talk about that. Yeah, see, y'all don't mention that aspect of
What
it.
about the Ghana
It's
Empire?
gonna lead. I can tell you, bro. It's gonna lead you back to Arabs.
Yeah,
No, it's
what
not.
you say about the Ghana
It's gonna
Empire?
lead you
Yep,
back to
Arabs and
Arabs.
conversion.
Yeah, the Arabs came over there and force converted them.
Where is it at?
The Arabs came to Ghana and force converted the leadership, yo, into that shit. I can
For
read
sure.
that too.
Yep. I don't know where y'all getting at this dude that there was just
So
any
let
black
me go back to this because
any
I
black
read this like
hegemony.
twice already.
Everybody
This
People,
black.
this is
is
dealing with the
insane.
Almoravid Empire. So
It's
the
funny
people
how
of
we was
Zafun,
black and everywhere, but not in Africa. Y'all funny.
this is Africa. This is fucking wild. The people have Zafun. You must not know where Zafun is. The people of Zafun have a powerful and redoubtable king. He has a capital which they call Zafun. He leads a nomadic life, seeking pasture in places where the rains have fallen. This used to be the way of the life of the veiled people before they took possession of the Maghreb. So he took possession of the Maghreb. That means they came from somewhere else. The king of Zafun is stronger than the latter and more versed in the art of kingship. This developed people acknowledge his superiority over them, obey him, and resort to him in all important matters of government. Obey him and resort to him in all important matters of government. This is this Almoravid Empire. One year, this king, on his way to the pilgrimage, came to the Maghreb to pay a visit to the commander of the Muslims, the veiled king of the Maghreb of the tribe of Lamtuna. The commander of the Muslims met him on foot, whereas the king of Zafun did not dismount for him. A certain person who saw him in Marrakesh on the day he came there said he was tall, a deep black complexion, and veiled. So that's one leader right there. And plus, he wouldn't have traveled alone like Mansa Musa. He would have came with a bunch of his homies. So
Yo, you know
just
those
put that
are
out there.
Sonic. Those are Sonic. What to do?
Okay.
There you go, Port.
Those are Sonic. Those weren't Almoravids, right?
It was Almoravid. He's part of the government.
There you go, Port.
move the
I
go-
have him up. That's a picture of him.
That
Oh,
looks
that's
like
the dude.
Yeah,
That nigga
it's
black
me.
than a motherfucker. Look
Damn,
like
look
my
at that
uncle.
afro.
That's a modern painting. That's a modern
Ah,
painting. Yeah, I
Look
keep
at
showing
that
modern
afro.
paintings.
That's him. That's his name.
right. So that's
What's
the
making you,
governor.
if I can ask, what's making you think that they changing these paintings, bro?
Maybe this one.
Cause he's pseudo. He
No, y'all
Afrocentric.
pseudo. You're showing. Look at all that digital
They,
art.
we telling
It's
you,
not.
we
So
telling you
do y'all
literally.
have a
Yeah,
source describing
yeah,
him?
Nassar.
Why do y'all keep
on the
going to
series.
Musa? Musa
Yeah.
is not. One man doesn't trump 1,000, 2,000.
He was the
50,000
North
All
men.
of the
African
hegemony.
governor
You
who
can be
This
that.
is crazy.
led the campaign into Gibraltar, into
That
Spain, bro.
nigga look
You
like
can
a
be
white
that.
Jesus.
It is.
You can
It
be that.
is.
You can be
That's
the
a,
governor.
it's most
Do
likely.
you have any other North African governors that are like me and you, sub-Saharan
showed you
African
one.
descent?
I just showed you one.
Yeah, because Musa
Well,
Ibn
no,
Nasir,
you
he got
didn't.
fat. He got
I
So
mean,
are
fat,
y'all
this
gonna
isn't.
and they painted him a lot.
are y'all
and
gonna
he was
acknowledge
not
my source or
African.
no? Are y'all
This
gonna
isn't
acknowledge?
this isn't a painting. This is a statue, and statues
Or are
are.
y'all going to acknowledge my source that I just read or no?
I mean, we acknowledge that it's not right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's not right. What's
incorrect.
not right about it? He ruled over
Because you're
them.
using a Sonike to say that he was the ruler of the Almoravids.
Is that what it said?
Yep,
Okay
that's what
then.
it said.
Okay then.
That's what it said. But when we go,
So you just don't like the sources I'm pulling because it debunks your whole gaslighting.
No, we
that
love
you're doing.
sources. We like sources.
Because
I'm
you're
glad you're doing
gaslighting.
it.
No, every time they coming up with a picture or every time they come up with a source, it say Arab or it shows somebody else, either Indo-European or Arab genetics, bro.
No, we like
Ain't nobody
sources.
I
showing you
don't know how
ain't
they
nobody
went
showing you
from
nothing fucked up. We showing you exactly what you tell us to look for.
exactly.
I'm
I
not.
want to know
You
how they
guys
went
keep mentioning this
from
guy. I don't care about mentioning.
Sanhaja and Lamptuna to Soninke.
What do you mean?
Right.
That's crazy.
What?
Right.
It went over your head. Don't worry about it.
Those are all black people. So
Nah, they're not.
yes, they
That's
were.
what we trying to
Lamptuna and
say.
Sanhaja ain't no fucking
Abdallah,
black
because
people, nigga.
Lamtuna and
Like,
That's
you
goddamn
saying black.
motherfucking
Yeah,
lie,
they
nigga.
How are
black.
you?
It's,
My thing
huh?
is this.
Black. You
What
My
are
thing
they
is this.
called? What
My
people?
my
What
thing.
are they
Hey,
called?
hold on. My thing is this. Yo.
Sanhaja, Sanhaja. Go ahead, Schmack.
I'm just saying, bro. Like even with like admixtures, why is it not any African language at all? Like why are there not like Soninke languages and like older like an Mdongo or Mtulu? Why are these languages not in Europe if blacks took over Europe in this time?
These people?
Wouldn't it be an
Because the religion
Africanization
is
that goes
Arabic.
on?
The
Because
religion is in Arabic. You know this. You know the answer.
Those are the blue
yeah, and
veil.
Africans.
That's not.
But hold
That's
on,
not the
hold on,
image.
yo.
That's
But
not the
Africans,
people.
but Africans are not Asiatic,
Y'all keep doing
and that's
this
the
bullshit.
Asiatic religion. And those people traded with Persians, and the Arabs traded with Persians. They traded with other Central Asians. So why are they speaking this Semitic language group, which only one lasted in South Italy until Frederick II came in and destroyed it? So how are these people not speaking an Africanized language of any type? Why are they speaking an Arabic language which is not African? That don't even make sense.
Of course.
Even
because you don't
in
know-
part, the
Oh
language
yeah, he
group.
doesn't know Islam.
Even
I
in
forgot that.
part, it will be a partial Asiatic or Afro-Asiatic language. It's only Asiatic in Europe when you look in South Italy during Frederick II's time.
Oh, you don't want me to go to that?
You don't need to. The hegemony was Arab.
I have the painting right here showing you the black people. These are Moors. Black as night. Boom. And this is from the 1230s, so this is 13th century.
Yeah,
Wait,
you talking
what-
about the
what side is
1230s
that?
though, bro.
Can I
You
see
gotta
it?
remember. You gotta
These are
remember.
black people. These are the Moors. When that Italian guy said the Moors, certain people burnt
Nice.
black with summer heat,
Can I see
you know what he was
the
talking
site?
about.
Can I see the site? What's the site called?
Black Central Europe.
But what's the site called?
Black Central Europe.
No, like www.http.
Black Central Europe. Just type that in.
Black Central, yeah.
There be it ain't no Black Central Europe. I think
Okay.
like the most genetic flow, the most like heterogenetic flow that went from North Africa to South Europe was like 15% or something.
Is it called Black Central Europe?
How is it a
It's
Black Central
literally-
Europe and only
Yeah, it's a collection of
only
black
10 to
people being
15%
mentioned in
existed there?
European sources. Central
So-
European sources.
You know,
crazy, bro.
anybody
The
can
language-
make a website, right?
The language.
You know, these
and-
are recent. Why don't you go to the website and check it out yourself instead of
Yeah,
trying to be
but
funny?
it
trying
doesn't say edu or .gov, so it's
So is the paintings fake?
it's a privatized
Is the
website.
painting is the painting
No,
fake?
I'm just saying this is not a credible source. is what I'm
You
saying.
claim
This is crazy.
this is wild.
Court,
know.
am I
Yeah,
right?
you saying some wild
Gaslighting.
stuff, bro. You saying
Court,
some
am I
wild
right
ass
or
shit.
am I wrong?
I didn't even hear
You're
you. What'd
wrong.
say?
You're wrong.
I said this is not a credible source.
It's not a.
because
It is a credible source.
It doesn't have edu. It doesn't have.
It is a
this.
credible
Have a-
source.
where do they source that from? Like you got to be able to show us where they got it from.
Here, let me go into it. Let me go to About Us.
Y'all been getting destroyed. That's wild.
Destroyed. I know.
No,
talking about
you've
getting
been
destroyed.
no,
You
you
haven't
have
showed us
been
one
you've been
credible
You
getting
haven't
source
showed a single source
proving the
describing it as
leadership
anything
was
other
black.
than
you've
black.
been getting
Not my
hammered,
fault,
bro.
Not my
And
fault.
You a lie,
and
bro.
you trying
I
to
showed
blackwash-
multiple
you trying to-
sources
And can
showing
y'all?
white Moors.
I'm gonna let
He
her
trying
go.
to-
off
He's trying
an
to
hour ago.
blackwatch the people that kidnapped our
I'm
like,
gonna let him
what?
go. I'm gonna
This
let
ain't
y'all
making
go.
sense.
But then
It's
I'm
not
gonna go
making
over
sense.
to Bid Al Bukhari because somebody mentioned them too.
I need you to show us the black leadership in
Yeah.
I already
7-Eleven.
did that. I already
No,
did
you
that.
did not, man. I'm
You
looking
didn't
for
show
it.
it.
But I
You
already
ain't
showed
show
you.
no
You showed us
leadership
none
of
of
no
that.
black.
I already showed the leadership
No,
No,
you
you
of the
didn't.
didn't.
Almoravid Empire.
I said
you
prove
didn't.
that Musa
Almoravids.
Abin was black.
Oh,
I
man.
said prove that Musa
I
Abin
don't need to,
Musar.
because that's not my
Yes, you
argument. So why
do,
are you trying
because
to make
that's the
something my
leadership that
argument? That's
came
not
in
my
there.
argument. Y'all see in the audience
That's
how they
our
being funky?
argument.
What
That's
is
not
the
my
argument
So
then?
stop trying to make it mine. That's
What
not
is the
mine.
argument, bro?
Stop trying to make
You,
it my
you know,
argument.
you let
know
it
what
go
you're
and
doing.
you went to some other
You're
argument. That's
manipulative.
what happened.
You're doing
You let the
manipulation
argument
right now.
go and you started
Shit.
going.
Manipulating the argument.
I ain't want to say it. I'm thinking you manipulating. What is your
Gaslighting
point,
like
man?
crazy. So
What is
why are
your
you
point?
trying to make? That's not my argument. You the one that keep bringing up Musa Ibn Nusayr.
Right, because
I
those are
never
the
talked
motherfuckers
about
that
it.
went up in there.
I don't
That
care,
guy
bro.
right there.
I don't
That
care.
cat
That's not
right
my
there.
argument. I don't care. That's not my
And
argument.
he had his
Whether
flunkies
he's black or
brought
not,
with
I
him
don't
up there.
care.
He had his flunkies
I
of
don't
black
care.
Africans
I don't care,
that
bro.
turned their
I don't
back on
care.
Africa
I
and went
don't
up there
care.
with him. That's the
That's
shit
your
y'all don't
argument. You
understand.
deal with him. That's
Yeah,
your
and
argument.
that's another point too. When Isabella went into her monastery, right, in Sardinia, and it was you saying that it's just all black people in
I
Europe,
didn't
right,
say
in
that.
Central Europe, right?
I didn't
I'm
say
just
that.
saying. No, you saying the
I didn't
leaders
say
was
that.
right.
I didn't say that.
So
I
what
keep
is the
saying that
point
those
then,
different
bro?
people,
Because this
and
is
y'all
not
not
making
talking about
sense.
those different people. Y'all keep trying to make those
Are
different
you
people.
so you saying black
It's not making
people
sense.
were
You're not making sense,
in
bro.
control of the Umayyad Caliphate?
Did I say that? No.
Hey, don't be emotional, Hotep.
Well, I mean, shit, they was the
Y'all
ones
keep-
they was
y'all keep
ruling. They
shit
was
on
the
me.
ones who the Moors was answering back to.
So what?
Right. They had to
So
follow
what?
So
orders.
that's what we asking for, nigga.
I don't care
Fuck you
about
mean?
that.
So what?
So how's that
Oh,
different? How does
okay,
that
well,
change the
cool.
skin color of the Moors? How did that change the skin color? That's what they answer to.
Each one teach one. Yeah, that black guard. Yeah, that's a recent painting. That's a recent rendition. That dude was an actor.
I'm
It
not
was
talking about that.
originally called the Black Guard. Then they changed it
Can I get
to
the big
the
screen?
Moorish Chief. Yeah, some bullshit. I'll pull it up in a little bit.
He must
do you-
say he must
What do
not
you
have
want me to
seen.
look up, C-Tech?
The Black Guard, the Moorish, never mind, the Moorish Chief. They call it the Moorish Chief now.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody in the chat wanted to look.
You know,
wanted
black
to look that
people
up.
got in the middle of this fucked up ass war between the Christians and the motherfucking Ottoman Empire. We just got in the middle of that shit and ended up having to submit to Christianity or motherfucking Islam. That's what happened, to keep it real.
No, that's not what happened. You don't know
or,
what happened.
or
Exactly.
Judaism,
Simplifying
or
stuff
Judaism.
you
Or
You don't want to hear
don't
it.
forget.
No, you don't know.
Don't forget
anything about
I know it
Judaism.
hurts.
the
I know it hurts.
You don't know the
brother. I
history.
know.
Where do
I
you
know it
where
hurts.
do you want me to
You don't know
go?
the history.
I
C-Tech?
know it hurts.
What you
You
mean,
go to the
bro?
Philadelphia Museum of Art.
This is so
That's where it's
nuts.
housed at.
How do you take over Europe, though? This one I'm not getting. How do you take over Europe? You a
What do you
totally
mean?
different
Talking about-
genetic distinction from Europe, right? I'm just saying, the people that kidnap you, right, are coming from Central Asia. So you're speaking an Asiatic language in Europe. I'm just saying, it's not making sense to me.
They don't come from
Then
Central
when,
Asia.
when Isabella goes into her monastery and she sends all of the different Moors and she sends all the different Jews away, she sends the Arabs back to fucking the Levant. Why are they not speaking an African language if
Oh
the
my
black
goodness.
people is taking over? Why wouldn't it be Tunis Berber? Why wouldn't it be Algerian Berber? That would be a mixed language with the Ibero people that's up there. I'm not gonna ever understand that.
So what's the language of the Quran?
What?
What's the language of the Quran?
Arabic.
I can't talk to people who don't even know the
It's
basic.
Arab, bruh.
You asking a
But
stupid
that's Central
question right now.
Asian.
You asking a
Africans, that's
stupid
not
question.
an indigenous language to Africa.
You're asking a stupid question.
No, it's not.
Yes, you
That's
are.
not a stupid question. Why would, if they black, why wouldn't Europe be speaking a black language, even if it's Afro-Asiatic?
It doesn't matter. You know the religion.
Yes, it do. You bullshitting. You
No, you
fucking around,
bullshitting.
man. And you trying to say we wrong and you fucking up.
It's like you
Not
asking why
fucking
the
around.
people, why the Muslim in West Africa don't speak don't write in an African script
Look in
or
the
something. It's
look
just
in
a
the
stupid
comments,
question.
little chopper.
Exactly. Why would they would?
The
They
Black
would.
Guard.
That's the point. They
Abid
would.
al-Bukhari.
The panel is combined. Which one? Muhammad was
Each one
black?
teach one.
What, let me see what he said. No tech, Black Guard, Abid al-Bukhari. Okay. Do you want me to look that up?
Yeah. Talking about the guards, the black guards.
Right. And all
With
of them
they-
probably was fucking
They
eunuchs,
joints
too.
chopped off,
Yep, probably
double
eunuchs.
castrated,
Yep. They
joint
used to,
and
yep.
balls.
And that's
Yep.
what that
Outta
shit
here.
told him. I told this nigga that shit 30
Yep.
minutes ago.
And had you watch
Yeah,
the
and
skin
you got
house,
debunked. And
they
about to
had
get
you watch the
debunked
skin
again.
house.
They about
That's
to
what
show
they
you
did
right
to
now.
them, though,
You
bro.
about to get debunked.
You can't
once
make
again.
it fake because you
You
want
about
it to be
get
fake.
debunked once again.
Yeah, I told you.
You ain't
like
get the.
an hour
They know
ago,
you got
son.
debunked. What you talking about?
Your ass got debunked. Yeah,
This
to
is
prove any
Hey,
like
of
what's-
this
you.
shit.
You. That's crazy.
Yeah, we got 73 people in here. We have 12,000 likes. This is why I don't like going live because you niggas don't never like my shit.
Like the
We on
video,
everybody else's lives. They be having like 16, 17 people in there. They be at 30,000 likes.
don't make my brother mad like this shit, y'all.
Like so.
Hotep villain, he been giving y'all source after source of the things that he
Pseudo.
that he got. I don't know if they sued or not, but at least him
I'ma
being
say
in
it.
here, they should at least got the likes up because he's reading out of his own sources.
Big fact.
That
Yeah, I
alone
respect
should have been 10, 12,000 likes.
I respect that.
I respect that.
Yeah, I do respect that he bringing sources.
I respect
So,
that. There's a
but
reason.
I
I
don't
blocked you for a
believe
reason. You
fucking
must have got
nobody.
on my nerves. I'm gonna unblock you, dog. But don't
You
try
blocked
to
me?
fuck shit. I think I did. You must have pissed
I
me
didn't
off
block
at some
you.
point.
I didn't block
I'm
you.
gonna unblock you, dog.
All I'm
You
saying,
like something,
is that
y'all want the comments back on.
majority of the Moors at a certain point in time, before 14, 15, 16, 17, they were white-ish looking. And some of them could have been black, but are they African black? Are they Arab Berberish looking black people?
Who's this guy?
That's an Arab. That's Mule.
I just want to see an
Mullah
African
Ishmael.
Moor on a horse leading a regiment of niggas. That's all I want to see.
Oh, that's Abid Bukhari. That's who they depict.
Where's this
That's
one?
Sultan of
that's-
Morocco with his
Is that
black
Al-Bukhari the
guard.
first or the second? And then wait, go back down. That's 16. What?
But it is Wikipedia. I can't trust the source though.
Okay, so it says 1869 painting, but that's a painting though. So go. Can
Yeah,
you
it
go
ain't
to
contemporary.
Can you go to that Eugene guy, the dude that painted it? Go back to it.
Go back.
Yeah, because it said there was a Yeah, go.
Eugene Delacroix.
What year? Okay, so that's 1857.
Mhm.
So he painted it. So he painted it and it don't go back to
Afterwards.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see a painting from that time where it's a nigga on a horse.
Hold
That's
on.
an African. That's saying we come to squash you niggas in the name of Israel. Like him. Like who's that? Who's that dark nigga right there?
It says, hold on. Let me check.
Oh, that's a later depiction of Al-Bukhari. So they don't know what he looked like.
No.
Okay, so have they found his remains?
Wait, who's the Mullah Ishmael? You're talking about Mullah Ishmael?
Al-Bukhari.
Let me go to a
Oh,
source.
Al-Bukhari, he was a
No.
Central Asian.
Abid al-Bukhari is the slave of al-Bukhari. Abid means slave.
Hold on, wait.
It means.
Okay, so where do we find that at?
So these
Where
niggas
is the
are slaves
slave?
that you're looking at.
No.
Go back up
Oh
to
wait, I
the
see. No, go down. I seen it. Go down. It said it was not an army of slaves. Okay, well maybe that's not it. I just want to know where it's at that he's a slave.
Thank you. It was not an army of slaves.
Oh, I don't know
And I
about
can
that.
show
I just
that
want to
too.
know if he was a slave.
Look at Sute jumping the gun. I mean,
Bon-
excuse
What
my
is-
French.
hold on.
Characterization
my
of
French.
bondage and servitude
boom.
affords
'Cause this
city
nigga-
scholar of opportunity.
This nigga capping. If you know Moorish shit and you
They're
know
mixed.
your
They're
Arabic
mixed.
shit, then you know that Abid means slave.
Servant
So let's
as
not
well.
play these games, bro.
And it means servant as well. And the
It
history
means
of that
slaves,
specific
bro.
group-
They translated
history of
into
that
slaves.
that's
You a
back-
nigga.
Yeah,
I'm
back in
gonna
the-
trust the Arabs
I can
on
read
their
it.
translation over your shit.
Yeah, when they
Oh my
say
goodness.
servant, that's what they mean as well.
And down here it says issue and it says trans-African slaveries. So it says conceived and constructed by Ismail as a new social group with a new social power structure and groomed to play a particular role in the social political fabric of Ismail's state system. The institution of Abid al-Bakari affords the scholar an opportunity to question prevailing Atlantic slavery paradigm and the endeavor to move towards a border of characterization of bondage and servitude and more nuanced system power relations. So they're slaves.
Yeah,
See, military
No,
slaves.
No, you act like the Islam never
They are
enslaved black
slaves.
folks, bro.
they're
You
not
act like
slaves.
Islam never enslaved black people. Guess what,
They're not
family?
slaves.
Okay, wait,
Let
Porter.
me,
He
let me switch one
just
second.
read where it
real
said
quick.
military slaves, and he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said no.
So what makes them not a slave then, Hotep?
You don't want to believe it. What part of
This
their
word
shit
right
gotta be
here
chopped
means
off for them not
slaves.
to be considered
Abid.
slaves, bro?
Hold on.
Abid
Okay, so
Yeah,
al-Bakari, the
can we
army
look
of
that word up?
I think in that era, my bad.
the
Shoot,
army.
my bad.
Okay.
What,
Oh,
this
you good? I
one?
just want to. If that word says slave, that means he's slave al-Bakari.
Earlier rulers
Military
had black
slaves.
slaves.
Yeah.
Look,
Abid.
Yeah.
and
Black
as soon as
slave.
I click on
Abid.
it, it takes me to Abid Bakari. When I click on military slaves,
Earlier
it
ruler
takes
had
me to-
So, y'all want me
recruited
to
black
read-
slaves, Arabic Abid, into their armies.
They were fucking
But
slaves.
I can show you something else that means.
Do y'all want me to
Abid
read
means
the
slaves.
Moroccan historian?
Yeah,
That was the
look up,
muscle that it took to
look
get
up the-
into fucking Spain. These poor black Africans had their fucking shit chopped off and their women taken from them.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah,
Do
and
you want
don't
me to
forget,
read
Fort,
what they
don't
said?
forget, it was Spanish enclaves in Africa along the wall off Equatorial. Don't
Mhm.
forget that. And then the Alawi Sultan of Morocco. Look up his regiments and his garrisons.
And if they were so cool, why the fuck did the black Muslims complain about getting enslaved down there too?
What's the?
Yep.
What was the name?
The fuck,
Yep.
man?
Can
Now
I,
look up
Abid.
Alawi, look up the Alawi
A-B-I-D.
Sultan of Morocco.
Alawi Sultan of Morocco.
Yeah.
Oh, you're changing it, bro. We need
What
to
you say,
see if
Chris?
Abid means slave.
Yeah, it's Abed or Abeid or whatever. Yeah, that means
also
slave,
means
slaver
servant.
service.
Oh,
Like
I got
Abd-
you. You
it's
guys
the
see
same
the
thing.
translation?
Abdullah,
It's the
Abdullah,
same thing.
Hold on.
A lot of Muslims are called Abd. That means servant of Allah, Abdullah.
Yeah, but they're not Abids.
It's this root, and
Hold on.
they were called servants.
Hold
I
on,
ain't
guys.
seen that shit.
Oh, guys,
Mm-mm.
hold on, guys. Hold on. I got y'all. Slave.
Can I present after her about the Abid al-Bakari?
Oh my goodness. Let me. wait. Oh, hold on. I'm watching. Sorry.
Turn that shit off.
Listen, leave me alone. All right. So Abid is slave in Arabic.
Wow. Imagine that. Spell that.
It's spelled different. It's spelled differently, EABD. But this is what it's the Arabic spelling.
Yep, there go the symbol.
That means slave. I just looked it up on Translate. So
So these were slaves that you was champion on. You was bragging on the slaves.
Can I present after her?
Absolutely not.
Oh, y'all don't want me to refute that?
I'm just playing though.
Yeah, we fucking around.
How can you refute it? And we just went to the definition,
I'm gonna just go to the Moroccan historian.
meaning servant or slave, bro. You
Yeah,
can't refute what the word is.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Morocco is a horrible example because they plundered that motherfucker too.
show the symbol, their symbol real quick. And then Sutek,
Hey, go back.
real
Will you go
close up.
back?
Me?
Yeah.
Surprise,
See where it
surprise.
say in the middle? Pan to the left.
Dang.
Pan to the left. Ethnic slur for black people.
Yeah. So anytime y'all hear that shit on this app, y'all know what time it is.
Yep, and I heard it in TikTok too a few times.
And
Yep.
look, it looks exactly the same.
Anytime y'all hear that shit on this app, y'all know what time it is.
Controversial due to its racist connotations and origins.
And
Particularly
particularly
among the
among
Arab
Arab
diaspora.
diaspora.
Ooh,
Damn it.
not looking too
Damn.
good for you, baby.
Your transmission's still slipping, bro. I don't hear you.
Nah, you can present whatever you need to put up, bro. Go ahead, man.
Absolutely.
You just gotta stop lying.
Hold on, y'all gonna have to wait while I get my sources together.
Yeah, warming that engine up.
Is it gonna be an EDU source and .gov source?
I'm pulling from the
Be back. I got a call.
Moroccan historian.
Moroccan historian. Okay,
Yep.
I got you. Okay. Is it gonna be .org?
I just told you where it's gonna be from.
Yeah, but you're not giving me like
I'm trying to focus right now.
We got him shook us.
my bad.
He trying to push us back. That's what he trying to do. He can't do it.
He got to go back 9,000 years. Ain't that what you said, Sutek? 9,000 years? What you was reading about the history of the North African peoples? I know one number was 9,000. One number I think was
Yeah,
50,000.
I want to see how we gonna get out of this. That more meaning European Arabs. But if he got it, hey.
What happened? That boy got mad, didn't
He on the search now. You got he
he?
gonna be
Trying to
quiet.
He
focus.
on the hunt.
Focusing now.
He on the hunt for Red October.
I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
I ain't made it there yet. I'm watching that next.
I think this is why they get confused because they probably watch anime. They toke a blunt and then they they go on Wikipedia.
Ain't no goddamn excuse though.
I'm just saying, it makes sense.
Y'all not talking about me.
We talking
It's an
exactly.
acronym.
Here it
It
is.
encompasses a lot of different
There
people.
we go.
Well, I think the original question, Yusuf, was black rulers, black Moorish rulers, or black Moorish kings.
The
But,
original point was the black leadership. Were they black leaders that invaded, or were they black followers? I mean, white. What was the Islamic followers?
Were they
Black
giving orders or taking orders?
taking orders. That's it.
And them niggas being white.
Tap the screen, you guys, so that way we get the likes up.
Get the likes up, family.
I'm 100. Yeah, I tried to watch that. I might try to watch it again. Kind of lost interest.
I couldn't get into that Yu Yu Hakusho, bro.
What? They throwing hands. And bro, he ain't holding no punches. That nigga talk reckless.
All right, well, let me keep going. Thank you for the gifts.
He hitting females and
Once
everything,
architecture
bro.
is the articulated Islamic architecture of northern Africa and parts of Spain and Portugal, where the Moors were dominant between 711 1492. The best surviving example of this architectural tradition are the mosque cathedrals of Cordoba and the Alhambra in Granada, and them depictions of white fucking Arabs.
Not only are the depiction of white Moors, the architecture is not an architecture style of sub-Saharan Africa. You don't see that. You even see, when you're looking at Moorish architecture, you even see Persian influence. But guess what you're not gonna really see? No sub-Saharan African influence. Right? Those courtyards, them big ass courtyards they be having in that Moorish architectural style, that comes from Persia. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up.
Chill.
Let me see. What is the source?
Siéntate, por favor. Ya es inquieto. Ve, siéntate.
Okay, it says the Moors in Spain were a diverse group, but they were often depicted with dark skin.
Right, and
Just remember, it's an
to a
excellent.
Europe, right, to a year, and then that's a relative term. That's a relative concept too. What's dark to me ain't gonna be necessarily the same
I already
dark to a
read you about
European.
Idrisi. I don't know why you guys are playing around with that.
Okay, I thought you was focusing, bro.
Yeah.
All
Get
right.
focused, man.
Bro, I went to the
Oh, okay. Have a
Britannica.com.
good one, Ricky.
So you can read whatever you want. Britannica says exactly what I said.
I am looking for those black Afro leaders. Of the
They
Moors.
aren't exclusively dark, black African people. And we have yet to see a black African Moor ruling shit.
I already showed you that.
No, all you showed us is that they also referred to black people as Moors. That's all
No,
you
I
showed
didn't.
us.
I showed you the king of
You
Zafun.
haven't showed us where it's
You showed
only-
wait. You showed King who?
Of Zafun.
How you spell it?
I gotta look that up now too.
Zafun. I mean, I showed y'all that like 3 times already. Read it.
The Sonike dude that he's trying to say is Almoravid, which Almoravids are made up of Sanhaja and Lamtuna Berbers. But yeah, go ahead, go off.
Oh man, where is it at? No.
Focus, man. Focus now.
Oh, okay. So it says in AD 711, a group of North African Muslims led by Berber general Tariq ibn Ziyad
I've been telling that nigga this shit.
captured the Iberian Peninsula, modern Spain and Portugal, known as Al-Andalus. The territory became prosperous culture and economic center where education, arts, and sciences flourished. Over time, strength of Muslim state diminished, creating inroads for Christians who resented Moorish rule. For centuries, Christian groups challenged Muslim territorial dominance and slowly expanded their territory, accumulated 1492 when Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella won the Granada War and completed Spain's conquest for the Iberian Peninsula. Eventually, the Moors were expelled from Spain.
What is his argument? The black people are Moors?
Yeah, he's
All of them.
it's
Okay, wait.
exclusively for black
So
people.
was he
All of them.
African?
All of
All of them.
Damn.
No, this
That's what's
dude,
up.
what's his name?
Tariq.
No, Tariq. No. Let me find Algeria because I have a login on National Geographic. All right, 1 second.
them. The motherfuckers ain't give a shit about no black people. You best believe that.
It's a tumbling bullet. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. mentioning Zaphon, those are Malians. Trying to equate them to the Almoravids, but I mean anybody can do a quick Google search and see the Almoravids are Berbers. The Soninke aren't Berbers, so yeah.
Nah, just ignore what I read. Okay.
Yes. The Zaphon kingdom is Mali, right? Mali,
Oh,
the
it's not Mali.
Malians
In
are not
Mauritania.
Berbers.
The Moors
It's
were
in the
Muslim.
modern. It's in the modern. Is part of it is in the modern state of Mauritania. We talking about Mali. Mali is a kingdom. It expanded and contracted, right? Let's not forget that.
So
And see, here it says the Damascus people. The Damascus people were Druze, Kurds, I'm not going to try to pronounce this, Tol Rashides, and Ismailites. That word. Anyways, maintain their identity among the majority of Arabs, Sunni, Muslim populace.
People of the Levant.
Oh, this is interesting. The siege of Damascus people, before the city fell to Rashidun Caliphate, Damascus was the first major city of Eastern Roman Empire to fall in Muslim conquest of Syria. So they're a mixture of Syrians.
That makes sense.
Look up the Berber Arab War. Okay, bet. Berber.
Did y'all find any black Moors yet?
We haven't found one black
I already just read all of those
leader.
descriptions.
We haven't found one black leader of 7-Eleven that went in there and handled business like they said. I'm looking for the Musa Ibn, what's his name, and Tariq Ibn, what's his name.
So,
Yes, we know it's black Moors,
so in
but
70,
he's saying all of them are black. That's the issue.
Yeah, all of them were black, and the ones that we saying didn't exist.
so in 7040, a major Berber rebellion broke out against Arab rule in the religion of Tangier. The first leader was a Berber man, Masara, who had come to, I'm not going to pronounce that, under the influence of Safariya, the extremist branch of, I'm not pronouncing that. The Berber rebels achieved an astounding military success against the Arab army.
I got a question. Did the people who were originally called Moors, did they have that idea of a bloodline? Were they claiming that it was like some type of bloodline behind them being Moors?
Nah, they weren't even calling themselves Moors. So that was placed on them by Europeans. They was identifying themselves with the confederation that they belong to, the tribe and the
Yep.
confederation.
He's right. The term Moor is an exonym first used by Christian Europeans
Just
to
had that on the screen.
Muslim populations of Maghreb and Andalus, Iberian Peninsula, Sicily.
Go ahead and do the definition for exonym real quick.
Exonym? How do you spell it?
It's right there on the screen.
EXONYM. Nah, what you say, Shaka? You might well just come on up here, bro.
An exonym is
grab
the
some
sequence
blunts.
of all exons in a genome, reflecting the protein coding portion of a genome. In humans, the exome is about 1.5 of the genome.
No, exonym.
Nah,
Yeah, exonym.
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 Exonym. Not
Not
Eminem.
Shit
Eminem.
said Eminem.
What is this? So I was looking for a source,
like toponym.
but
Oh.
I'm ready to talk
Exonym.
about.
There you
Ex-
go.
An exonym is the name of a person, a people group, language, or place used by people of other places and languages. An exonym is a name that people of certain place and language call themselves.
All right, now go back and read the other one again. Now that they know that.
Okay.
So now we know an exonym is a term given to people by outsiders, people who aren't them. An endonym is what people call themselves. Go ahead.
So the term Moor is an exonym first used by Christian Europeans.
Yeah, I read that.
Population.
Yeah, we've been said that a few times.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. Because he was asking where the word Moor came from, so I looked it up. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, whoa. I looked up who are the Moors descendants of. The Sicilian Moors, unlike Indian Moors, are descended of Arab traders who settled there in the mid-6th centuries. When the Portuguese arrived to the earliest 16th century, they labeled all the Muslim in the islands as Moors.
And we see that's what white folks do. They go and generalize big groups of people. So
Look at the
this is where
Moors.
we get this term Moors. Look at them niggas over there.
Look at
Yeah,
them
like
niggas
this is the
over there.
same shit. Same shit. Same thing they did to the Negritos by calling them Negritos and linking them up with sub-Saharan Africans because they kind of looked alike. The Europeans do that. But were these people calling themselves Moors? No.
And what were they calling themselves at the time? Somebody was calling them Moors.
What were Moors? I'll look that up.
So can I present?
They were calling them. They were identifying just like people in Africa. We say Africans. We generalizing, but they identify with their tribe and their clan. So it would have been the same thing. Yeah, look at it. But yeah, it would have been the same shit. The generalization comes when the Europeans step in. Yeah, that's niggas got to get in that book to see how them
Wait,
Moroccans
what was the
and the
title? What was
Mauritanians,
the title?
Black Morocco, a history of slavery and race in Islam.
Hold on, keep it up there. Keep it up there.
Thanks,
You
Port.
want to see how them Moroccans thought and felt about niggas? Slaves, Haratines, they was disenfranchised. Yeah, that's a good book. I got that book highlighted all up too in PDF form.
Oh shit! I ain't even know I was on mute. My bad. So yeah, my bad. So the book, Black Morocco: A History of Slavery, Race, and Islam, on page 115, it talks about there is evidence that some of the Black Africans were recruited into the army that participated in the quest of Iberia. What the Arabs called I can't pronounce that, y'all.
Al-Andalus.
There you go. Led by Tariq in 711 on behalf of Musa. Musa was the governor of that area. So it says some blacks, not all blacks. Not that they were all black. Some of them. Some of them were recruited. They had to recruit these niggas to do this. They had to recruit Negroes to go in there to do this, bro. It didn't say we was the leaders going up in there doing it. So like I said again, I need you to show me that Tariq was a brother and the other dude, Musa, what's his name?
Musa
Nazir.
Ibn Nasir. You definitely got to show that nigga was
I need to show
a
both
black
of them.
person because he was the one giving the orders.
That's right. When you look in the book, Moorish Spain, right? I told this motherfucker again on page 17. It says a series of raids and excursions from Arab-held North Africa was launched against Spain in the earliest years of the 18th century. These went on for some time and involved the lion waste of several provinces. In the year 711, like we talked about Musa, I need you to show us a picture of Musa with an afro, some bell bottoms on. He was the governor of North Africa. And like I said, under Tariq, these are the leaders that pushed that bullshit in there. And if you saw any black folks with them, they submitted to Islam. They converted to Islam. So before they got recruited, guess what? They had to submit to Islam before they ran up in there. That's all I got to say.
What does it talk about down there when they say recalled by the Umayyad Caliphate? Musa left Spain. There it goes. Musa left Spain, recalled by the Umayyad Caliphate. So if somebody recall you, that means they the boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so who is that Umayyad Caliphate? Where they at? They North African?
Who?
The Umayyad
not sure.
Caliphate. You see
The
it?
Umayyad, I can't see on here where you're talking about.
It's like
DeMarcus, the shit DeMarcus, just like fucking each one was saying.
it's like
Damascus.
about
Damascus, that's
halfway
what I'm-
down where you at from the bottom. From
So
the
the
bottom-
the Damascus people were like a subset of Roman people.
It says another army commanded by Musa himself followed shortly afterwards. Roderick became the king of Spain in the same year of 711, but the face of opposition fighting between Roderick and his rivals occurred in the following year, 1712. The battle was fought between Roderick and Tariq, which proved to be decisive. The place of the encounter of the Trandus promontories cannot now be identified with certainty. It may have been
Okay, so
between-
who's fighting for it?
The
At this
Umayyad
point,
is
Rod-
they from
Roderick and who?
Roderick and Tariq.
And are they both Moors?
No, Roderick was
Roderick is a Visigoth.
Yeah, he a Christian.
Yeah, he's the king of Spain at the time.
Do they give a depiction of him?
He a white boy.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
But I was just trying to show that when you get down there, it says Musa when it says Musa left Spain in 712. 712 Musa left Spain. We call
Oh, yeah, Flair. Yeah, it says
Damascus.
okay. There you
That's
go.
Saudi
yeah,
Arabia.
exactly what
the Arabian
Yeah.
Peninsula.
exactly what
And they from
each
the-
one's been saying.
The Quraysh tribe. In Mecca.
Yeah, however you say that shit.
That's where
Right.
they came from.
Yeah, and they went back there to report back there because that's who they was taking the orders from.
Exactly.
From it
Exactly.
says
What is
Niggas
Mecca?
that's not even in Africa at all. They from Baghdad,
Right.
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, what is Mecca though? What is it?
Some Arab shit.
mhm.
It's a holy
That's
place of
on
the
the
Arabs,
show.
right?
Mhm.
Facts.
Not the holy place of the African, right?
Yeah, I guess Mansa Musa was an Arab too.
Who
Oh,
converted?
where we going? Let's stay
Converted.
here.
We right
We
here.
talking
at
about Mansa
7-Eleven.
Musa.
Silly ass arguments, man.
Don't get
That's
mad.
okay.
Get smart.
He got
What's
like
the-
6
what's the
more
silly
centuries
argument?
before you get to him.
Don't get mad. Get smart. Prove it wrong.
Brother, we studying together. We
Right.
all learning.
And all
What's
I'm
the
trying
problem?
to say, they was calling them people Moors before the Almoravids. They were referring to people as black.
Yep, dark skin.
And
No,
yes,
niggity.
there might have been
They
some
said
blacks
niggity.
in there,
But
but it
them
wasn't
niggas ain't
all
black.
blacks.
Some of
They
them,
called them
not
niggity, so
all,
they were black.
and not the leadership.
There's
Some
other
of them
words
were
to use.
not all, and they had to recruit these niggas. They had to recruit the niggas to come help them do that shit.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
So if they had to
I think I'm
recruit the
ready.
niggas,
This nigga don't get it.
what is
couldn't
that
find
telling
this
you,
list.
brother?
I don't think it matters. I was gonna pull up a source where it gets come to like a backdrop of the Abid al-Bukhari.
So
But I'll do
the,
that next time.
But do you see where they're calling all of them Moors though?
Can I present?
He's so excited.
the literal term for moor is Old English moor means an area of open and wetland wasteland. And
You,
then
re-
She's calling them swamp people. That's the
you
swamp
ready?
people.
You ready, bro?
and the Phoenician term is meaning Westerners.
I'm ready to present. So about the Abed al-Bakari, I know what y'all was trying to get at, but y'all don't know the context or the history behind that. You know, some of them did have a slave origin, but a lot of them, I'm gonna just show it better than I can tell you. So you got the origin of the name Abed al-Bakari. This is from the Moroccan historian. I believe his name is al-Nasiri. So he said, when the Sultan had gathered all the blacks and succeeded in his mission in achieving complete loyalty and abandoned his reliance on the tribe, he gave them a copy of the Imam al-Bukhari's book and said, you are now slaves of the Prophet. You should follow what he said and avoid what he forbade. He gave each one of the leaders a copy of the book to keep. This is how they became known as Abed al-Bukhari. Kind of like Bushido and chivalry, and there's many examples of that where these people have a code they have to honor. And so here's another one. It says, according to Al-Nasiri, Muley Ishmael gathered the chiefs among the blacks. So they have their own leaders, the chiefs among the blacks, and told them, you and I are now servants of the Sunnah, traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his law contained in this book of al-Bukhari. We practice what he prescribed and we abstain from all that he forbade. And upon that, we fight. So that's what it was, them swearing an oath, a fealty of oath, just like many people in the military. And this is a tradition thing that's common throughout military history. So you're taking stuff out of context. I'm not done. Anyway,
Who is Amali
and then-
Ismail?
Feisty.
yeah, his
How you
he
just
was
gonna
an
read
Arab.
a source and we
He
can't
was-
even address
Yeah,
what
it's
you
your
just
source,
read.
Black
We're gonna go to the next one.
Black
I'm
Morocco.
just asking you who the guy is that you read.
It is Black Morocco, Muhammad, I don't know his name, but the author of that was, I believe, Muhammad al-Nasiri, and the other one was probably, I forgot the other guy's name.
All right, well, can you just go back so I can screenshot the page? That's all I want you to do, please.
It's
The
page
author of Black
163.
Morocco is Chuku El.
So this is
163.
Abid. This is Abid al-Bakari, by the way.
No, that's not.
I
Oh.
mean, I just looked up his name.
Wait, are y'all in the same book? That's the same Black Morocco.
No, she got that image off the internet.
What? What? I'm asking
Somewhere.
if you and Port are reading from the same.
Oh, you
book.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, if he got Black Morocco, then yes, it should be
I
the
got
same. I don't know why
Oh,
your
okay.
page is so
Hold on,
Hold on,
yellow.
I'm gonna show.
Oh, it's two different books. All right.
Yeah,
So what's
now
the
Black
title?
Same
Morocco-
book.
Yeah, Black Morocco don't got that illustration in it. Now, the illustration
Yeah,
that
what
I
she
showed
showed.
earlier was from Moorish Spanish. That's the name of the book, and the image was of. This is the image that I showed. Was the baptism of the Moors and stuff whenever they fell. That's this particular image came out of the book,
So this is one of the brothers of Muley Ishmael.
on page 18.
Who's that?
Don't
Okay.
nobody want to hear that weak shit you talking, Hotep.
But what?
So let me.
But Port,
show
Port.
you.
What I'm asking is if you guys are both reading from the same book.
No.
Oh, I wasn't
Because it
done.
said Black.
You don't got
Are
none
you
of my books.
are
I
you
know
are you reading from Black Morocco?
Yeah, but I was about to read from some other
Hotep.
stuff. Can I
What page
finish?
So the
Black
first-
I'll be
Morocco are
quick.
you reading from?
Can I? I said Black Morocco.
What page?
I just said 163. Showed it. Can I finish? I'll just probably bid out the card for y'all.
Hold on, before you go, that dude you said that gathered the blacks, that last guy you read, that
Muley
gathered
Ishmael?
the chiefs of the blacks, that Malay Ismail.
Ishmael.
That's him, right? The Sultan of Morocco. His picture, just a quick Google search, his picture.
Yes, he's the Sultan of
described him
This
as
Morocco.
is variations of his picture. And so can I finish presenting?
Ooh, guys.
Ain't looking good for you, buddy.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't done.
Go ahead, bro.
So you also got the history of the revolutions in Morocco or something like that. And then this guy, you know, the English, I think he's English. He said the Negroes at present are the grand cavaliers of this part of Barbary. To these emperors entrust his riches, his person, and his women. The power of these people was first introduced by the late Emperor Muley Ishmael, whose mother was a Negro, and he himself, coming out of the South, could not trust his northern subjects, who being generally white men, who did not care to submit to his government by force. And there's another part I wanted to, and then he calls the government of Morocco a Negro government right here.
What's
But he's
the
comparing
year,
it to
buddy?
This is the 18th century.
Oh,
But then-
18 late in the game.
Yeah, this is the same topic. Y'all talking
Yeah,
about
when they
Miguel
was calling
Cortez.
everybody that looked black Negroes, right?
No, they were talking about the black people in charge of the country. So let me this is the
So
same.
in the 18th
Talking about
century,
black
they
people
weren't
in
calling
charge of
black
the
people
Moors.
Negroes.
You said what?
They weren't calling people that looked black Negroes in the 18th century.
They were talking about the black Africans.
That
So
isn't
this
that
is
word
a-
is not negro. That word is negro
Yeah,
in
Negros.
Spain. Negro, and negro is literally a term for just black.
Yeah,
Anything black.
we know
right?
that. And Assyria, a later historian describes the social rank these blacks had achieved in Morocco, their power and their wealth, the grandeur of their houses and their palaces, the number of their purebred horses, and the choice of their weapons, the extent of their fortune, and the beauty of their costumes had reached a degree to which none had reached before them. And then
Yeah, you're right. That's
There's another
18th
guy.
century when the
another
black
guy,
Moors were ruling shit.
there's another guy. He mentions that, you know, the government, oh, right here, this French consul, so he was like a French ambassador. He said this prince made his authority and that of his blacks so great that the whites, who are the inhabitants of his kingdoms, became their slaves. So these are like people who were coming to Morocco and noticing the things. And then this is from a Moroccan historian who's talking about like the civil wars in Morocco because of the Black Guard. And he said, in fact, Moulay Ibn Ahmad was only carrying out the orders, the Abid's orders during all this, while he personally would have preferred peace. Final say, however, lay with the Abid, and he held power in name only and followed their orders and opinions, and only took what they commanded. The people of Fez therefore declined and refused to enter under the control of the Abid, and fighting raged on fiercely with alternating advantage.
Okay,
for
so
the two
right,
sides.
wait, hold on, go back. So when
Only
you
a
say,
bid in name, just like he was only a king in power in name only.
so right there, that you saying that when he said the control of the Abid, that means
Yeah.
power.
Yeah,
A
they're
bid
talking about the Abid al-Bakari.
A bid means slave though.
It means
Slave,
servant as
bro.
well, like
It means
servant of
Slave,
Allah
bro.
and
What
servant
is you
of Christ
talking, man?
and servant of a bit
They
of
submitted to
al-Bakari.
Islam, bro. You don't get that
Yeah,
far right
servants of Allah. We know this already. Just because you taking it
Man.
out of context don't mean.
No, it ain't,
You just,
man. You act
this is
like
a
Huh?
Moroccan historian.
That's
telling
what
you
it
that
means.
they rule
Slave.
No,
over
I was just asking a question.
I mean, he
That
just
you
said
said
they're ruling
Abid
over
means
Morocco.
power.
They're
Slave
ruling over
Arabic.
Morocco.
I just
What
want to
does
know
it-
where in Arabic does it say Abid means power?
I mean, dude, are you
Said slave, bro.
are y'all like keep going to ignoring what I'm reading? I know what you're talking about. I just read that to you where they said that Abid became servants of Allah or of the Prophet Muhammad and the Sunnah.
But you said it meant power. now.
al-Bukhari because of an oath that they swore. This is an oath. So there's
That's all I'm asking.
You know, people are called slaves of Christ. Doesn't mean they were
No,
really
I'm not.
slaves.
That's not my argument. So
Or
does
servants of
it,
Christ.
does it mean power or servant or slave?
It's a name. It means servant.
Okay, because earlier you said it was power. Got it. Go ahead.
When
continue.
did I say that? I'm talking about.
I just
them having
asked you and
power.
you said yes.
I probably didn't hear your question correctly.
Okay, my bad. That's my fault. Go ahead.
And then, you know, a lot of this is Arabic translations. And they're talking about how they were deposing the kings of Morocco back to back. During this time period, even when you guys try to make it seem like guys were the punks of Morocco and being eunuchs and bitched
They
and all.
were. Look,
I
man.
understand that, but you're exaggerating it.
Okay, if you
You're taking things out
understand
of
that, then what's the pushback for?
You're taking things out of context, trying to make it
No,
seem
I'm
like
not.
we're just weak slaves and stuff like that. The name comes from them swearing an oath.
Nobody's saying that they were weak, bro. We
And
saying
taking
that they
that
were
context.
slaves.
And we know that a lot of people in the Muslim world, some of them are called Allah, this, that.
Yeah,
Even
we're not
Muhammad's
talking
prophet
about that though. We're
Muhammad
talking about in this
his name
specific
was
instance.
the slave of
Abid
Allah.
al-Bukhari. Those
Yeah,
were
that's what I'm talking
slaves.
about.
Let's stop
No,
the
they wasn't.
cap.
No, they wasn't. And let me go to this source.
Man, y'all, you just loyal
Let me go to
slavery,
this
man.
source.
Loyal
So
servants
after
to
the
Islam.
departure of Sidi Ali, having opened its gates, Mulay Rashid, this is the brother of Mulay Ishmael. So it's this guy, Rashid Zarif. You know, he looks black, snub nose, dark skin.
Wait, can I see
Anyway.
his name again?
Mulay Rashid Zarif, Prince of Tafleta. See, y'all
What
like
year
to show
was that?
like,
What
y'all.
year?
That's what
year
y'all
was that?
promoting, white supremacy. We
No,
understand
it's
y'all.
not, man.
Anyway,
They don't give a fuck about black people. They never really did, bro.
I know they don't, so I'm not. That's not my
So
argument.
Abid
Anyway,
al-Bukhari wasn't slaves. How do you? I mean,
not all of them were slaves. So let me read the story.
God
So
damn
one
it.
of
What
that
was his,
prince,
did
he
anybody
went to
catch
the
his name?
Sudan. So it says the king of Sudan replied, Sidi Ali had fled to him for refuge and protection. Consequently, he would not cover him up without violating the laws of hospitality, a crime impossible for him to commit. So this one of these Moroccan princes fled to West Africa under their protection. Having already been deprived of his states, it was but just to preserve his life, and that he further desired he, Mulay Rashid, will declare whether he came as a friend or enemy. Remembering the hazard and the peril of his present situation, Mulay Rashid dissembled his anger, and after having assured the king of Sudan his intentions were friendly, marched back toward his own country. On this occasion, he prevailed on many Negroes to follow him, to whom treating them with generosity, he confided the guard of the palace. So he went there to attack some Moroccan prince. Another Moroccan prince went after another Moroccan prince
Smack
in West
talk, come
Africa. He failed, and then he came back with some black soldiers because he couldn't do nothing. And then that other prince later came back to Morocco with some black soldiers from West Africa to get revenge on Mulay Rashid. But Mulay Rashid already passed away, and then these black soldiers just ended up entering the service of Mulay Ishmael. So that's the story about the origin story of half or some of the Black Guard, Abid al-Bukhari.
cool. So let me hop
And there's a
in 1
part
second
where
real
they
quick.
say 100,000 Negroes. Where is it at?
And this proves what exactly?
Can I get his name again? I'm sorry.
Abid al-Bukhari.
No,
That they
Mulay.
don't have a slave origin.
Oh, Mulay Ishmael. I'll type it in chat.
Yo,
He found more than 100,000 Negroes in arms to dispute his passage. So when this Moroccan prince was coming to attack this other Moroccan prince in West Africa, he was stopped by 100,000 Negroes, and he realized he couldn't really do nothing. And he talked to the king of Sudan. Something they made an agreement, and then a bunch of black soldiers went with this.
You in a different book. What's the title of this book?
that ain't no Black
I gotta
Morocco.
take a call.
Definitely not looking like that. That's not Black
The
Morocco.
present state of this is the present state of the Empire of Morocco.
So I can tell you what it says on page 160.
That doesn't.
You can take the Abid al-Bukhari and their situation out of context all you want, but
No, but that's the book
I'm
you're
gonna
Nobody
reading.
is.
stop that. I'm
If I
gonna
can
stop
say,
that.
if I can say again, none of this is being taken out of context, bro.
Yes,
We
it is.
following you. We following you as you going,
Yeah,
and we right on your
y'all
fucking
thought shit
heels.
was sweet.
You just wrong, and you think that a bunch of black folks took over Europe, and they didn't.
Look, guys,
That's-
this is Mulay Ishmael.
This nigga on the iPad, you sound crystal clear, my nigga.
Hell yeah, I had to get on the iPad for this horse shit, man. This motherfucker up here lying.
Nah, 1 second. The Black Guard, Abid al-Bukhari. We all see that, right? It parentheses is letting you know slaves of al-Bukhari, right? The Jayash al-Abid, the slave army, Abid al-Sultan, the Sultan slaves were the corpse Black African slaves inheriting. Their inheriting is what we looked up earlier. Slave soldiers assembled by the Alawi Sultan of Morocco, Ismail ibn Sharif. They were called slaves of Bukhari
Hold your
because
ass.
Sultan Ismail emphasized the importance of the teachings of the famous Imam Muhammad al-Bukhari, going so far as to give the leader of the army copies of his book. That's the shit you was reading and trying to
Yeah, when did
take out of
Bukhari live?
context.
When did
Slow
he
down,
live?
Stefan.
This
When did he live?
military corps,
Let him
which is
finish.
which was loyal only to the Sultan, was one of the pillars of Ishmael's powers as he sought to establish a more stable and more absolute authority over Morocco. So these were absolutely slaves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And look,
It's
and hold-
telling
and
you.
real quick on page
So the slaves to a man that was dead for 800 years. Okay, buddy.
and on the book right
Yeah,
here,
that's why you have Mohammedans.
Black Morocco.
You just explained the Mohammedans and you just erased it.
Yeah, Bukhari lived like 800 years ago before all this.
It don't matter because look,
You
Muhammad
can
is
ignore
Muhammad
context.
gone.
It's an oath. When you get
Muhammad,
into the military, you swear an oath, don't you?
yeah,
So
but
you
they
gonna
broke
take the
their oath.
military context
They broke
out of
their oath.
context? The military
They
oath.
broke their oath. You're not
It
listening.
says among the many.
Why you think it was civil wars?
No, why? That's why you just trying to make it seem like they were just slaves.
Hey, calm
No,
down. We'll
we're
let you
not
finish.
saying that they were just slaves. I'm saying it ain't no hegemonic leadership. Nowhere in none of these caliphates, emirates. These are all Arab protectorates. You're not getting that. You want
They
them to be
not.
black. You
No,
sound
they're
crazy
not.
as
No,
hell.
they not. You
They
just
were
lying.
loyal
You don't even know the
slaves,
history.
brother.
Oh,
You speaking
you
over
lying.
history, and y'all
You
haven't brought
lying,
a source.
motherfucker. The
And
fuck,
that's why
fuck
we
is
talking
wrong
about
with
the
you?
Alawite dynasty now, because this is where y'all can play around with it. But y'all
No, this
still
is
couldn't.
what you talked about, man.
Yep.
It says
We-
right here among. Let me finish this
My
and I'll
bad,
let you
y'all.
get out,
My
bro.
bad. My bad.
It says among the names given to this army of black military and civilians words that were right there, Abid Dawan, slaves of the royal court. I can't read all that. Sultan slaves. There was a personal group of slaves right here, yo. It says, but the most famous and commonly used for, that's that word we talked about. How you pronounce that, y'all? Abid al-Bakari, especially when referring to
Yeah.
black soldiers.
Abid.
The origin of this name explains as follows. When the Sultan had gathered all of the blacks and succeeded in his mission in achieving complete loyalty and abandonment in his reliance on the tribe. So they had to give up everything they knew as black folks, African folks, to submit to this bullshit to follow under him.
No,
Right?
you just putting on your twist on it. That's
No,
not
I'm
what it
just
is,
saying.
'cause
Let
they
me
even tell you in
finish,
Morocco
man.
the culture
Let
of
me
the.
finish.
Yeah, you just.
Let me
you goofy,
finish.
man.
Let me finish. He gave them a copy, right, of the Amin al-Bakari's book and said, you are now slaves of the prophet, bro. He said, you are slaves of the fucking prophet. You follow what he said and avoid what it says. It said, you follow what he said and avoid what he said. He gave each of the leaders a copy of the book. So he gave all of the leaders of that area a copy of this book. This is what I got highlighted down here. It says the color of their skin and their slave origin status were the grounds for enslavement, regardless of black, long integration in Moroccan society. Such prejudice played a substantial role in the Sultan Maule Islah's decision to buy and enslave back. But this prejudice was fluid, abide locked in the patrilineal lineage, as we shall see. It says Maule Ismail treated the black army as conscripts and not as slaves. The soldiers could have been motivated by racial solidarity. They got motivated with racial solidarity, and even if the Sultan was not. Indeed, Africanist scholar Baba Abraham, if I'm pronouncing that right, thank you, argued that blacks pledged loyalty, right? Because his mother was a black slave, bro. Okay. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. But he seemed to conflate the motivation of the soldiers with those of the Sultan. The color and origin of the slave army was just a coincidence as a significant marker. It says, what was crucial to the Sultan with the servile status of these people, incidentally, the immediate reliance of the rulers on slaves was a common practice in Africa. So it was nothing for them to go in Africa to try to convert black people into Islam.
No, that's
it didn't
you're
say
not telling
all
the
of
full
it.
story, and it's okay. Everybody
That
can
is
see
the
you're not
full
telling the
story,
full
bro.
story.
Thank
You're
you,
not.
Port City.
You're not.
Thank you, bro.
Can I present?
Thank you for that truth.
You know what I mean? Don't get mad, get smart, prove us wrong.
I got
bro.
another source.
I'm sure you do.
Is it showing black rulers in Al-Andalus?
I can get to that. I mean, let's just wrap this up with the Abed al-Bukhari.
Oh, it hurts.
I got this one. Well, then this is again a Moroccan historian who's chronicling the events in Morocco. On 29 Safar, 18 June 1738, the Abed came to the decision to depose Sidi Muhammad B. Ariba, since he had not found anything with which to pay their yearly salaries. The Abed then sent a contingent of their men from Mashra al-Rama to Meknes, who burst in on Sidi Muhammad in the royal palace, brought him out and put him in iron chains, or put him in irons in one of the palace dungeons. They didn't find anything to loot there, however, since Sidi Muhammad had abolished taxes and the Mukuzum, all the people of Morocco. So all throughout this chronicle, he's talking about all these wars and how these the Abed al-Bukhari are deposing these kings and just ruling. They're ruling Morocco during this time period, during the civil wars and stuff like that. And I could show you, I've showed you the other time where they said the same thing, and I'll show it again and again. And they were going to war with certain princes.
Is this the
So-
present state of the Empire of Morocco? Or
No, this is
another book?
this is Muhammad al-Qadiri,
Well,
a
you
Moroccan
just-
historian. I told he's chronicling each event that happened in each year. So 1738 to 1739, 1740, and he's going on and on.
Oh, wait, 17 what?
Yeah, that's so
What year
far
is this
late.
event?
Everybody want to
'Cause
get
in
back
the
to
other book-
Al-Andalus.
So that's we can get back to the medieval period. I just because y'all was trying to use the Abed al-Bukhari as a crutch,
Is that the
not knowing
Heriton
the
people?
full context of the history, the oath that they
Yeah,
swore.
the
name, the reason that they're called
Abid
Abed
al-Bukhari had Haratine in it.
and Haratine.
They were
weren't
basically
slaves at that time.
they were basically Haratine.
No, they wasn't.
Yeah,
It
those are
just
the-
said it. We read it, bro.
17.
You can't just
we
change that
Look,
we
shit.
the
literally
Heriton-
read it,
read
bro.
to you
Look,
that
the
many,
Heriton inhabitants
West
of the
Africans.
the
And I just
Heriton.
read to you that many West Africans that came
Hold on,
to
bro.
Morocco with the princes.
Hold on one
Hey,
second.
let Mo talk. Let Mo talk.
Heriton inhabitants of Oasis in the Sahara, especially in southern Morocco and Mauritania, who constitute a socially and ethnically distinct class of workers. In the 17th century, they were forcibly recruited into the Abed al-Bukhari, the elite army of the Moroccan ruler Ismail.
Mm-hmm.
Forcibly.
And in your
That's
book,
right.
it was referring to them as black people, but I don't think they're black. I don't think those are black people.
Who the
Who's not
Haratines?
black?
Yeah, the Haratine black. Hold on, let me show.
So y'all want to? So I don't know what Sutek read earlier about DNA. I don't know what he was talking about. He was talking about the people of the Atlas
I was
Mountains.
showing you how Berbers are genetically distinct from sub-Saharan Africans. Everybody
Yeah.
else called
So yeah. So this is Solubis. He's another geographer. You know, this is like more scientific. None of that Holy Ghost miracle stuff that y'all showing.
More
The
scientific.
Ethiopians,
Oh, the
the people of the
original
Mount
ones are
Atlas
black.
are separated
These are mixed.
by the
Yeah.
I guess they're mixed
Nigerish
with Arab.
River.
Yeah, some of them
So,
did mix with
Ethiopians-
their Berber
The
masters.
Ethiopians and the people of the Mount Atlas are separated by the Nigris River. So this river is in Algeria. So there, even the Romans were saying black people lived all the
Can
way
can
up
you get back
to the border.
to Al-Andalus? Can you get back to the medieval period? Because you're not. I mean, you're
Yeah,
not
Yeah, what
this is
year?
refuting
medieval
that, bro.
period.
What year was
You
that
you
though?
you're
You're
trying to
It's the
refute
1700s.
genetics
This is the 3rd century.
with
This
literature.
is the 3rd
Like,
century.
it ain't gonna work, bro.
I
This is
keep.
another
I could have
library
swore that the
of
medieval.
sources. So
Can
this is
you
another.
give
This
me dates?
this is digital library.
Hotep.
He
I can
just
give you
jumps
dates.
all over the
I
timeline.
know.
Man.
Hotep, can you please give me dates?
Yeah, I was jumping. I said 3rd century AD.
And that's why I said Al-Andalus.
But I was just giving you the
You went
context
way
of,
after, and then you went way before.
yeah,
You're going everywhere but the time period.
and I did that same time period. Do I have to show it again?
You
This
just
is
said
probably
you
the
just
4th
said
time, ladies and
3rd
gentlemen.
century AD. That's
Yeah,
not the
that's
time
giving you
period, brother.
context because you said sub-Saharan and you're pushing that.
Cool.
You
I
said there
don't
was a
need that.
difference
I don't need
between
the
the people of the Atlas Mountains and the people of Ethiopia. So that means there was black people all throughout the Sahara, like the Beja and all those people. We know this.
Yeah,
Good
but they
plan.
got conquered.
No,
Algeria
they
got
didn't.
conquered.
Yes, they
No, they
did.
didn't.
Yes, they
get
did.
conquered.
They got
Yes, they
conquered.
did.
by-
Because you
Yes,
know
they
why?
did.
You know why?
No, they
If you look
didn't.
in the
Who
Wolof
we say didn't get
Equatorial.
conquered?
Look in the
Can,
Wolof
can y'all pull?
Equatorial
Can y'all
region.
pull an Arabic author who says this?
Look
Like
up
Al
the
Yaqubi,
Wolof
Pull that Arabic.
Equatorial,
Ibn
and you
Said
gonna
al
see.
Maghribi.
He
What
was trying to
Arabic
talk over.
authors are y'all pulling from?
You switched it
It's
with that.
very clear
You
that you guys don't know this history.
That's
Oh,
not how
God.
that works.
Did-
It's a credible. You need a credible expert. You
And
don't
I'm
need
just pulling from the
Arab.
libraries.
How does that make sense?
Yeah,
Because
you
y'all
gotta
don't know your
remember, man.
sources.
It was a trans-Saharan trade. It was a trans-Saharan trade. And then the fucking Arabs fought the French and they turned it into French Sudan.
Yeah.
You completely just skipped that. What are you doing?
I'm not skipping nothing.
Yes, you did. You went
No, I
from, we
didn't.
was talking about Al-Andalusis, and then you skipped to the 17th century. Before that, you skipped from the Al-Andalusis again to the
No,
18th
that was
century.
y'all. Y'all was jumping timelines.
You just
showing
read the
time,
17th century. What you
showing all
talking
this
about, bro?
extra shit that came way later. That came way later. That's what y'all
That's
was
what I'm
doing.
trying to tell you. So if a place is colonized and the people got to fight back, that's in the ranks, and they got to create armies to go against the Arabs, who are those people going to be if the people that they enslaved, who is going to have that rebellion? Crickets.
Excuse me. What are you saying? What are you
Yeah.
saying?
You should have
Is
listened
this
louder.
proof? This proving
Why
this-
would you?
what?
Why would you have? Who is going to have rebellions against these sultanates and these emirates and these imams, imamates or imates in the 17th century? Is going to come from a long lineage of what? Colonization and Arabism, and then eventual Islamization. The Sudan areas fell to the trans-Saharan slave trade. You skipped all of that. You just making
when
your
was
own
that?
history up. You can't do that, bro.
So when did that happen? Oh, the Mali Empire didn't exist. Okay. When they said the Mali Empire, had
No, I'm
control of
talking
the
about
desert,
this.
that
I'm
don't
talking
exist?
about
Okay.
Sudan. I'm talking about Sudan. Sudan had ancient
What,
trade
modern day
routes that
Sudan?
was in Africa. If you would listen,
Right.
it's pre-colonial
Modern day Sudan?
trade routes. It's pre-colonial trade routes in Sahara. Shit, my bad. It's pre-colonial trade routes in the Sahara. It's pre-colonial
Still
trade routes in the
repeated.
Sahara. It's pre-colonial trade routes in the Sahara
Still
before
saying
Arabism
refute
came
this.
into place.
I'm still waiting on a.
You just
author who
yapping,
says-
bro. You ain't even listening.
Yeah, because I'm not listening because y'all not.
And you
showing
totally
shit.
wrong. You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You still haven't shown me Moors being described as red, yellow, and white. So
They
I'm
are
listening to
white.
that.
Literally pulled up. I
They
still
are
haven't
white.
shown
We
me.
just
Still
showed
haven't
you
shown
a
it.
million examples to
still ain't shown
refute your
I'm
nonsense.
showing sources.
Berbers are
And
literally
you skip the
Caucasian.
trans-Saharan trade.
Black or
Oh,
white
you want me to
folks,
talk about
bro?
Berber slaves? I
Look
got
in
you,
the
bro.
ancient Tunis area where they got the black market in Tunisia.
I
And
got
you will see that it's a pre-colonial standing of just Africans being there. And then out of the blue, you're gonna have the Osmans or the Sassanids. Those
I'm sorry.
Osmans became the Ottoman Empire. They took that stuff over.
So does that look like a black man to you guys?
It looks like a
See, you
Caucasian.
keep
It
showing.
ain't.
Is
It's the Central
that
Asian
an
man.
ancient statue?
He black.
Look at
Is that
that.
ancient
Look at those
statue?
cornrows, bro.
Look at the
those
braids.
cornrows.
Look at them jumps. Got the shells in the back.
And it ain't no hard
Caucasian.
feelings, man. I do not like when people cap.
That's 4C
Yeah, I know.
too. Yep, 4C under that turban.
Just to be clear, Caucasian
Right,
doesn't
Jose,
just
to be the-
mean Europe. It
Right,
do,
when was
it
that
don't
made? They
just
showing
it ain't
random
just
shit.
referring to Europeans.
They
It
keep showing
also is
random shit.
referring to
Think
North
they have a point.
Africans. It also
They're
is
not staying on
referring to
topic.
it also is referring to North Africans as well. So if you ever look up the term Caucasian in the modern sense, you will see what I mean. Those folks, the indigenous North Africans, aka Berbers, aka Amazi people, they are Caucasians. They're not Negroes. So Moors proper, Mauritanians, if you will, are Berbers. So I mean, you have that aspect of them being quote unquote white, not European, but Caucasian. And you also have them referring to themselves as white Moors. True, it's not a racial categorization, but you're not gonna really find black people calling themselves white Moors. To
Right.
add on to, you don't see Moors really calling themselves Moors in the first fucking place.
Exactly. Because like if you didn't skip over the trans-Saharan trade, for instance, you would know that the first freedmen were Tuaregs. But
First
you
freedmen?
skipped past all of that shit.
The
and just
first
went to the-
freedmen?
and just went damn near to like you damn near went to the America when America was built. That's
You said
way
freedmen?
late.
Freedmen?
No, I said the Tuaregs are seen as the first freedmen of the Arabs in Sudan and that area that you keep skipping the time frame of. I'm
What?
not understanding this, man.
So what history? When did the Arabs rule over the Tuareg? Who says this? Can you provide an author, Arabic author, who talked about this?
Oh my God. You never heard of Arabism? You never heard of Arabization?
Well, that's
I'm familiar with that, but how does that make someone a slave? That's like Christianizing and Latinizing.
What? No, that's what?
Just like Christianity, bro. And
Yeah,
African
Jenna
people,
Koo is right too. Y'all do
There's
not
a
speak the
stuff
language of
about
claiming Berbers Caucasian.
you don't understand.
You don't understand anthropology
Man,
and
I
disagreeing.
never heard
What
nobody
you talk about?
ever say this before, bro. This is weird.
I think y'all should just concede that y'all don't know.
My
enough
man
about
is just like
it.
he don't even understand when he being defeated. Like I don't get it.
People
Man.
haven't gotten the source.
That's crazy.
People in
Like
the comments.
you skipped
They have
millenniums.
yet to show
You
Moors
skipped
being
millenniums,
described
my
as black,
dude.
white, yellow from a medieval author during the Crusades, before the Crusades, during the Roman Empire. They have not shown any source like that.
Your argument that
They're
is
going
that
all the way 1,000
black.
years later.
That's your argument.
showing
And we said
random
no,
paintings.
hold on, real quick.
They're showing random people.
Hold on, real quick, real quick. Your argument was they were all black, bro.
They
That
are
was your argument.
from the Middle
And we
Ages. That's what I was talking
show
about.
us, and we saying show us that they were all black.
I
And
did
you haven't
already.
done that yet.
1,000 times. I just did that 1,000 times.
Why
I'm
do
tired of doing
you got YT folks looking on that joint thing, bro? Why do they have to enslave black people to recruit the black people to go in the army to go fucking fight this shit?
I just
Exactly.
That's a
Can I get
black
the big
dude
screen?
over there.
I guess I have to do this again.
No, please don't. Because the shit is
Hold on,
already
hold on.
fucking
Let
wrong.
me get the big
Nobody want to
screen
hear the
for a
same wrong
second,
thing
man.
twice.
Oh, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Ain't that the pot?
man,
Ain't that the pot calling the
whoa.
kettle black, nigga? You wrong as
Yeah,
shit.
you
The
goofy.
pot
If you
calling
really no,
the
you
kettle
don't know the
nigga.
you a
topic.
fucking
If
you
you
a
don't know the
extra goof.
topic, then
You a
shut up.
weirdo. You coming in here skipping millenniums and
Yeah,
shit
you
and
over
trying
here
to
showing
make
white
the
people
history your own.
pretending like
Don't
they
worry
You
about
need
it,
to go
Swag.
back to
Don't
school,
trip.
bro.
Not us.
Don't
You on the
trip.
rope,
Don't
not
trip.
us.
Is it okay?
Zach.
Is it okay? Is it okay if I
Why you
speak?
fucking playing?
Yeah, in just a second. In just a second.
And
In
a
just
lot of
a
people
second.
agree that y'all wrong.
Hold on, bro. This is the Iberian Roots of American Racist Thought by James H. Sweet, right? So you asked for somebody in that time period, right? Are you familiar with Ibn Sahel, the 13th century poet Ibn
Nah,
Sahel?
I
You
don't
see
know
that
who
right
that
there?
is.
13th century poet Ibn
What is
Sahel,
that again?
right? The Iberian Roots of American Racist Thought by James H. Sweet. So yeah, it says in In the 13th century, poet Ibn Sahel welcomed the beginning of spring with the following verse. This is a person who lived in Al-Andalus at the time that it was Al-Andalus, right? Spring has come. Let me highlight it. Spring has come with its whites and his blacks, two classes, his lords and his slaves. Let me read that little excerpt from the poem again. One more time. This is Ibn Sahel, a person that lived in Al-Andalus at the contemporary time of Al-Andalus, the 1200s, right? Spring has come with his whites and his blacks. Two classes, whites
Ibn Saul.
and blacks.
Ibn
His
Saul.
lords and his slaves, right?
Of Seville.
So this is how black people were viewed in Al-Andalus, right? During the period of Muslim domination of Spain and Portugal, Christians
viewed
who
by
had
different ethnic groups. They
already
just showing
equated, bro.
ethnic
Do I have to mute you, bro?
Hold on, wait,
I'm
wait,
literally
wait,
reading.
Read where it says the light skin and the dark skin slave.
Where say that at? Where?
Couple sentences down. It's a couple of sentences down. One more. Go one more down. Right? Yep, you see it?
Okay. So how much? Yeah, I was gonna read all that. How much of the racist ideology? How much of the racist ideology Iberian Christians actually internalize is difficult to measure. We do know that Latin texts of the early period adopted the Muslim distinction between light-skinned and dark-skinned slaves, thereby distinguishing the black as the other. Light-skinned Muslim slaves were referred to as Saracens, and dark-skinned were called Moors. In addition, the religious and cultural differences between Christians and Muslims, Christians now made distinctions based strictly on race that appear with increasing frequency after the beginning of the 14th century. So I'm just saying how they made
whether they're black, free, or slave, they're more the blacks.
But we know, hold on.
Yourself, Goofy.
Are you idiot? Are you dumb, bro?
Goofy.
We've been saying this whole fucking time.
That's like saying someone's not Sonic just because they're slave or free.
So Hotep, can you do me a favor? Because I can't show I can turn my camera on. I want you to Google the origin of Berber. And so one thing is, this is why I said language is so important. Language actually holds the source and the story of people. More than we are telling the Berber story through the Arabic lens and through European lens. Now, on the continent of Africa, in the north, the people who we see today are not at all in blood indigenous African. They are Iberian, they're Spaniard, they're French, they're Turks. And yes, some of them do speak fluent French. If you go to Algeria, Morocco, even parts of Tunisia, they speak fluent French there. This is facts. Now, they came to that area. The first people they met, yes, were the Berbers, or what we'll call the Amazigh, or what we'll call the Tuareg people in that region, because they were much more occupying that area, Libya and so. Now, those people in that area were the first to be Arabized. And the reason why they were first to be Arabized, because they were the ones who were fighting really hard against the invasion of the Arabics. Now, the invasion of the Arabics at that time were not this Iberian Turks and stuff like that. They were coming directly from how you call it?
The Red Sea?
Yes.
Saudi Arabia.
So they were much more darker skin. So there's a great guy, how you call it, Tipotep. If you Google Tipotep is fully Arab. Look at him. Fully Arab, and he was proud of it. But this is why it was confusing when the Portuguese got there. At first, they thought it was Muslim African enslaving Africans. But then when they started staying longer, they started realizing, oh, wait, no, wait a minute. No, these are people from the Arabian Peninsula who came to and there was war consistently between them and the Berber. However, over time they did. Now, the people you see today, if you Google the original Tuareg or the original Berber people, the one thing you can tell between them and the fake one is the fabric. The fabric tells you, it holds the true identity of the Arabic. I mean, of the Berber or the Tuareg people. Berber is actually Berber is actually a racial slur from the Arabics who were calling these people on the continent of Africa barbarics, by the way, if you don't know that. It's actually Tuareg or Amazigh. Now, if you look at the real fabric, the fabric is so different compared to the fake Berber, those fake ones who wear these flimsy looking stuff with these really shinking on it. It doesn't even look like the real people fabric. It looks nothing like that. Those one will tell you themselves when you go there. Some of them will say, oh no, we're not a real Berber. We just claim to be. They can't even speak the language. They can't even speak the language, yet they claim to be Berbers. You know why? Because when Africans, mind you, 10 years ago, if you would have talked to them, they would tell you that they were not Africans. They were not Africans, they were Arabics, they were from Turks and stuff. Now, Africans are opening their eyes, they're now claiming to be Africans. So some of them are now clinging on to the Berbers' identity. Again, if you look at that DNA, do you think blue eyes, blonde haired people, the time the Tuareg people existed on the continent of Africa, even existing in the human genome? Go and look at those people. Yes, they're actually from Eastern, or how you call it, Eastern Africa. The original Berber had Nilo DNA in them. Yes, they did. Okay. So I don't know what you guys are telling these people's story and saying that they're not. He's an admixture, by the way, Mr. He's admixture. Google the real ones, the actual original one, you will find them. He's an admixture.
You talking about the one I'm showing?
Admixture. Yeah, he is actually part Berber, but he's also an admixture. The real one look like.
So you can
look at them, you'll be like, oh,
look
wow.
at him and tell his genetic
Like
data. That's insane. Yeah, Tipple Tip wasn't an Arab though. I don't understand the other stuff that you was.
He was feeling the Arab actually. It's very well documented. He was feeling Arab.
Well, we can all look it up, just like I have it on my screen right now. It says he was Afro-Omani, which is the Zanj people, right? The Zanj aren't Zanj African people. They're not Arab. So I don't understand where you're coming with that from, but yeah. Also, the goal or the topic wasn't never that there weren't no black Moors. I don't know where you get. I refuted my own self, or I debunked my own self. When I don't think anybody on this panel. Can I finish, bro? Can I finish, bro? Can I finish, bro? Thank you. I don't think anybody on this panel rejects the fact that there were black Moors. You are saying that they all were black. And we saying that's some bullshit. Not only are we saying it, I've shown multiple of them. You don't want to hear it.
You have not.
I literally showed white Moors, right? I literally showed them making distinctions in the last shorts I just showed, right?
They debunked you.
But here's the thing. This is what we're saying to you. You can't tell the people's story when you don't speak that language. They are themselves will tell you that the people who claim to be Berbers are not or Tuareg are not real Tuareg. And yeah, you are.
That's what's up. We're not just talking about Tuareg, sis.
Bashar was an Arab of the ruling class. His father, partner, grandfather were coastal Arab of the Swahili coast, had taken part in the earliest slave trade exhibition within interior Africa.
Cool. Afro-Omani. Zanj. Do we not know where the Zanj is from?
Afro-Omani doesn't mean anything. As for his actual Afro-Omani doesn't mean anything.
Cool. I'm just pulling up the sources, sis. You just kind of freestyling.
Because for me, the roots are really understanding.
We don't know what the Zanj is.
If you really understand the language or the origin of the languages in which you understand the ethnic group itself.
Southeast Africans. This is what the Zanj is. I don't know what the hell they got going on mixed up.
That was very well proven. He lived in Zanzibar. However, his mother and father were Arabic. He was born in Africa to an upper class of people who were absolutely kidnapping interior Africans, and he was proud of it.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, you freestyling though, sis.
Can I get the big screen?
Hey, brothers and sisters. Hello.
Hey, order. One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Yeah, hey, Port City. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sister Jinaku. I just came up specifically to speak on Tip Tip, and you know, prior to visiting Zanzibar myself, I went there in person a few years ago, and you know, I was very lucky and privy to learning about the history from the folks themselves and learning about him. Actually, Tip Tip was of African origin, of both father and mother. He was not an Arab. He was not even of Swahili um, trade. He was from Tanzania, um, generally from a region called Arusha. However, he did assist in aiding and abetting and kidnapping Africans for the Arab people. And, you know, later on, he was enslaved himself but managed to escape slavery. And he was aligned with the Arab people. However, he was not of Arab origin himself. He never was.
Well, I'm going to go to Zanzibar myself and absolutely have that
Yeah,
discussion.
please do.
Yes,
Please
I
do
can,
go.
because
Please,
even if
please,
I
yeah.
look at him, he looks like the Zanzibar, because most Zanzibar are actually mixed now. He looks like the Zanzibar today, and it's not a drawing
Well,
picture of him. It's an actual picture of him, and when you look at him, now if what's his name, Mr. Hotep
he
can
was
really
a
Google
big man. He was a big man, more than 6 foot.
The original Arabs, if you Google them, you're going to find them looking, they're dark skinned, but they don't have the same exact features as Africans, but you can tell the
I
difference.
don't know about
Oh,
that,
y'all playing the
sis.
color
I
game.
don't
But there
know
is that
about
Color
that,
slight
game.
difference
sis.
in that face, in that phenotype, in their
Well,
features.
the thing is, Tipo Tip was a big black man, more than 6'2" tall, right? Very dark features, okay? Very typically African features,
So you were
okay?
not here earlier.
And
So we spoke about the original Arabs. The original Arab actually.
well, I don't know
No,
about
you
what
spoke
your
about the original
consideration.
Arab. Don't put
Yes,
that
the original
pseudo
Arab were actually
nonsense
dark
on the
skinned.
rest of us, sis. Yeah, they were dark
Yes,
skinned.
the
That don't
original
mean they
Arabs were
were
dark
us.
skinned.
They
They
don't
were
mean they
very
were
dark skinned.
us. We don't own
But
a
they
monopoly on.
were
We
also,
don't.
yeah,
We don't own a
From Saudi
monopoly on
Arabia.
skin color.
right. And
No,
when
no,
you
no.
speak of original Arabs, sis,
Yes.
Can I get a
okay,
big
you
screen
can
while
jump
they
on
talk?
original Arabs. They are not phenotypically African. I am saying this was
Okay, so
an
who are the original
African
Arabs?
man. This was an African man. However
So
way
who are
you
the original
twist it,
Arabs?
Yeah, I
or
agree. I agree
whichever
with Leah.
direction
The original
you try
Arabs were
to.
Arabs.
I agree with
No,
Leah.
Yes,
Can I get the big screen?
no. What we call
they
Arab today
were,
are not
Nah,
original
we see the
Arabs.
picture
yes,
right there, bro.
yes.
You cool.
What we call Arabs
Pull
today
up
are
I
the
need
not
to.
actual
original
Hold on.
literary
Arabs.
I want to show
source.
y'all this
Again,
one
those
thing,
are
and that's it.
Turks, those are Iberians,
One
those
at a
are French,
time.
those are
Hey,
Spaniards.
sister, one at a
No,
time.
they were not.
Hey, y'all hear that bell? Y'all hear the fucking bell? Y'all gotta go one at a time.
Got you,
I'm
Port
not ringing this
City.
bell for no
Got
reason.
you,
If y'all
Port
hold
City.
on, let me finish. The bell is talking. When y'all hear this bell, y'all need to calm the fuck down. That means y'all all talking. Can't nobody hear nobody, all right? So carry on one at a time. Everybody can get their thought out, but we can't hear everybody if everybody's trying to get their thought out at the same time. That's all. Carry on.
Yeah. Can I get the big screen
Right,
just
and
while they talk?
thank you, Port City. It will be noted, and I hope it is noted that I am not in a shouting match. I am keeping my cool and calm and
Yeah, I see, honey.
speaking based on not just what I know. I have studied this. I am East African myself, and I have taken time to even study, and I am of also not really Swahili origin, but I am close to the coast. I am East African myself and very close to the Arab, you know, uh, origin. And I really do take time to study the Arab slave trade. I am not entering into a shouting match. Sister Jinaku, if you want to go to East Africa yourself and study this and hear from the locals and hear their stories and accounts of Tip Tip, then please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go
But
because
just because He was
I'm gonna go.
associated
I don't need to go
with
there.
the Arab slave
Let's
trade,
continue the
and it was
conversation.
part of the Oman. No, well, you can't say continue the conversation after making wild claims like this.
No. I said let's
and just
continue
saying,
to the conversation. Don't tell me where to go. Just continue the
oh,
conversation.
you,
just
you
go
said
ahead.
it yourself. You can't now turn
I'm
around and say,
going to
don't
go,
tell
but
me,
I don't need to
don't
go
tell me.
there.
No. You just said you were
Listen,
going to go
Listen,
yourself.
do
So
not come with that microaggression here.
advising you.
I'm
No,
not.
it's
I'm
not.
not the one for that microaggression.
You are the aggressive one, my
I'm not here
darling.
for that microaggression.
You are the aggressive one, my darling.
Yes.
Okay.
Let
So
me say
stop
something.
it. Stop
Let me
it.
say something
Stop
quick.
it.
People that
You are
actually
not
went
going
all
to
the way to Congo,
gaslight
by the way.
me. You are not going to gaslight me just because
people that
you are
went all the
making
way to
wild
Congo.
claims that are not like
Oh yeah, I
they're
read
not
what I read.
substantiated.
What I read was actually from a source.
Okay. Then what you read was wrong.
What I read was from a source.
It was
yes,
wrong.
he went all the way even into Yoruba land.
Stop
Yes, he did.
shouting. Stop shouting.
Don't tell me to stop shouting because you
Use
don't know
the
where I'm
dong.
from. That's how I speak.
Y'all gotta
Thank
stay
you.
quiet. Bro. I said when y'all hear this motherfucking bell, y'all gotta calm the fuck down.
Thank you.
Do not
Bring her
disrespect
back
the
to the
bell, or you
topic.
will get kicked off the damn phone.
Yeah, can I
Right?
show my last thing?
Is it a picture?
It's a passage. We're not picture scholars. We're not
Quran passage?
just showing pictures like pretending.
I don't know, bro. You've been showing a bunch of bullshit.
You haven't shown no literature. So can I
now you just
all
keep
right.
lying.
So I wanted to show a bunch of these topics talk about the slaves of the Arab slave trade or the Barbary slave trade that started since 711 and they conquered Spain. Well, let's go right here. Istakari. So he was talking about, and he describes the people of North Africa. He says, as for those, and he lived in the 10th century, he says, as for those living in the eastern part of the Mediterranean along the coast, they have brown skin. But this word, it can mean black as well.
Oh shit, brown skin, that's crazy.
And then it says, and they become darker the farther they are located to the west or to the south until they reach the territories of Sudan.
Oh, what? So the closer you get to the equator, the darker you gonna get?
And as for those living in the
You
western
gotta be
part
joking.
of the Mediterranean from Muslim Spain, they have white skin and blue eyes. And the farther they are located to the west or to the north, they become whiter throughout all the territories of Rum, up to those beyond the land of Sakaliba, the Slavs. The farther east they live, their skins become whiter and their eyes bluer. So when Port is showing, they're erasing the brown skinned indigenous North Africans and showing nothing but white slaves and people with blue eyes, pretending like these are African people, they're the Moors, they're the dark skinned ones. You're lying to the people.
No, I
Those that dark skin one that you just showed, that's not us.
Hold on, I know that. He's a brown skinned man. That's not how the
Okay, so why are you showing that to us like that means something? I don't give a fuck how light or dark his skin is. It's not us. It's not us. Yeah, you're right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas.
Frank and Roman slaves.
I don't give a fuck how dark or light their skin is.
Blue eyes. You guys are supporting.
I don't give a fuck if their eyes are brown, blue, green, orange. Them not my people. I don't know about you. I don't know who you are. I can't tell you who you are, but them ain't my people.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me show some more because I still got some more. Where is it at? The leash. Oh, here it is.
No pun intended. You got some more. Huh?
So,
you said they dark skinned, like we were supposed to throw our hats in the air. Oh shit! Oh,
you're just showing white people.
Y'all don't give a fuck how dark them bitch ass niggas is.
You don't give. You're not showing. The Andalusians are brave and warlike people. Can y'all see that? The great and great need. They have these qualities where they're in continual war with infidel nations that surround them on every side. To the west and north, they have a nation called Jalakla or Galicians, whose territory extends from the shores of the Western Ocean along the Pyrenees. The Galicians are brave and strong-handed, and some are well-made. In general, the slaves of this nation are very much prized, and one would scarcely meet an Andalus with a handsome, well-made, and active slave who is not from this country, as no mountains or natural barriers of any kind separate this country from the Muslim territories. The people of both nations are in a state of continual warfare on the frontiers. I'm just exposing the
Wait,
bias
wait,
of how
wait,
y'all just
wait.
show these
Can I
white
ask?
people
Wait, can I
like they
ask what
ended up there
region you're
free.
speaking of, sir? What region are
This is
you
Al
speaking of?
Andalus. This is Spain.
Wh-
So
Okay, okay,
let me
okay.
go on
And
more.
who is the person speaking of Al Andalus?
Al Khawari.
It's Al Qarawi.
Yeah, Al Khawari. The Franks make war on a certain nation bordering this on their territory, and from whom they descend in manners and religion. These are the Sclavonians, whose land the Franks invade, and making captives of them, bring them to be sold to Andalus, where they to be found in great
And
numbers.
can you,
The
sir,
Franks,
can you
I'm reading.
verify that these are his original texts? Because
I,
I have also studied Al Qarawi. This does not seem familiar to me.
did you read about Andalus?
Uh-oh.
Yes, and I studied it in
The
Arabic as
Franks
well.
are in the
This
habit
does
of
not
making.
seem familiar to me, sir.
Let me finish reading. The Franks are in the habit of making eunuchs of them,
Well, you're
taking
reading
them to
pseudo
classes.
stuff, so
I'm not reading pseudo
the
stuff. This
medicine.
is actually a European
Yeah, we
website
already know
where
he's reading.
Oh
studying the
yeah,
history of their people.
A European website on an Arab
Jasa.org,
scholar.
Jasa.org.
Make it make sense.
Since that matters
Make
so
it
much,
make sense,
the .org,
please.
the audience, could you see the .org?
.org doesn't
We've
mean
been trying to make
anything.
it make sense
See,
for
I
a
you're
can
little
trying
have
to
while
a
now.
discredit my
website called
source. Just because
parts.org.
they hear
It
white
wouldn't
slaves
mean
and
anything.
they start getting mad. They gotta protect
Yeah,
white
but
masters.
you gotta
Yeah,
let
they gotta
him
protect
say
white
it.
masters.
Hold on,
They
Hotep.
start hearing white
Let
slaves.
let him get through his source. I can't keep cutting this man off. Though.
Y'all just mad because I'm talking about the white slaves? Come on, man.
His
No,
source ain't got
because
nothing to do
Are
with
in
the
the
cherry
habit
topic.
of
picking, bro.
making eunuchs of them,
You not
taking them
reading it
to
verbatim. Read it from top to bottom. Don't cherry pick it. Just read it.
I'm not. I just read all that.
No, you read
That's a lot.
2-3 sentences, then you skipped to the bottom part and read 2 sentences, bro. Just read
All
it
right.
all.
All right, you want me to start from the beginning?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
here we go. The Andalusians are a brave and warlike people in great need. Y'all can see that, right? Great need have they of these qualities, for they are in continual war with the infidel nations that surround them on every side. To the west and the north, they have a nation called Jalaka, or Galicians, whose territory extends from the shores of the Western Ocean all along the Pyrenees. Those are the mountains. The Galicians are a brave, strong, and handsome and well-made. In general, the slaves of this nation are very much prized, and one will scarcely meet in Andalus with a handsome, well-made, and active slave who is not from this country, as no mountains or natural barriers of any kind separate this country from the Muslim territories. The people of both nations are in a state of continual war on the frontiers. So this person saying a lot of the slaves in Al-Andalus are actually white. Surprise. To the east, the Muslims have another powerful enemy to contend with. That is the Franks, a people still more formidable than the Galicians, on account on the deadly wars in which they are continually engaged amongst themselves, their great numbers, the extent and fertility of their territory, and their great resources. The country of the Franks is well peopled and full of cities and towns. It's generally designated by geographers under the name Ardu al-Kabira, the Great Land. The Franks are stronger and braver than the Galicians. They are likewise more numerous and can send larger armies into the field. They, the Franks, make war on a certain nation bordering on their territory, and from whom they descend in manners and religion. These are the Slavonians, or the Slavs, who the lands of the Franks, whose lands the Franks invade, and making captives of them, bring them to be sold to Andalus. So another group of Europeans, white Europeans, that y'all showing as slaves, where they are to be found in great numbers. The Franks are in the habit of making eunuchs of them, and y'all was talking about the black men, but here you got the Slavs, who are majority of the eunuchs, taking them to castles and other places of safety in their territory, or to the points of Muslim frontier where the Andalusian merchants come to buy them, to sell them afterwards in other countries. However, some of the Muslims who live in those parts near the frontiers have already learned that art from the Franks and now exercise it quite as well as they do. And then we have another source. This is Ibn Yaqub, I think.
Can you relate this to the topic?
The topic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me
relate what you just read to the actual topic.
Oh yeah. So the topic is, y'all showing these people, not giving them the context of where they originate. These blue-eyed and red hair.
Oh, you made up your own topic. Okay,
No,
got it.
this is not my own topic. Because you keep showing people without giving them no context on who these people ethnically are, who have blue eyes and pale skin and red hair and
Was
blonde
that
hair.
the topic for anybody else on
Yeah,
the?
it's the topic of the Moors. So
The topic
you
of
can
the
play dumb, act like
conversation.
you don't know what the topic is.
So what's the top?
No,
What is
no.
the topic
Yeah,
of the
I would
I
like
guess
to
conversation?
all
know
of
as
us
well.
don't.
And I'm gonna show.
I
'cause
guess
y'all
you the
showed
only
these
person that
No,
know
no,
the
no.
topic.
Before you go ahead and show, who are
So
these
this they
blue-eyed, light-skinned, or red-haired people that
a
you
lot of
speak of? Because you just quoted from what was supposedly Al-Qarawi. So are you saying that Al-Qarawi was blue-eyed and red-haired?
no. If you didn't pay attention to what I was reading, then that's lost. That's lost on you. I'm sorry,
Well,
but
maybe
I wasn't
you
paying
didn't
attention.
describe it appropriately because it was very confusing. You were jumping
it
around
was
and
pretty
then
clear. It
talking
was
about.
pretty clear that the
Okay,
slaves
then please,
in
please
Andalus were white
assume me
people.
an
A
idiot
lot of
and
them.
please explain to me. Assume me
I'm
an
not
idiot
doing
and
that
please
again.
explain.
And so we also have, this is Galicia, yeah. So Ibn Hakal, he even talks about this. He says the country of Sakaliba is so immense that on the east side it delivers slaves to Khorasan, whereas the west side it sends them to Andalusia.
Okay, what
The
does
Andalusians
the
buying them
country
in
of
Can you stop?
what does
Can
the
you stop?
country of Sakaliba mean?
It's talking about the Slavs. The Andalusians buy them in Galicia, in France, in Lombardy, and in Calabria, so as to make eunuchs. And thereafter they ferry them over to Egypt and Africa.
Slav
All
units
this
got to do with the black units, though. I don't understand.
Okay. For the non-Arabic people, it's not Sakaliba, it's the country of Sakalba. Sakalba is the plural for crosses, the country of crosses, the country of Christians.
It's talking about the Slavs.
What I mean,
I mean,
I'll
of
let you
course, this
guys
is the people. This
take
is your
from
people.
that
You was
what you
showing them.
can.
You was bigging them up. These are your people.
I'm
Them
not
is your people.
bigging
You was bigging
anyone
them up.
up. I am just
I'm
merely
not talking about you,
translating
woman.
directly.
You
Oh,
basically arguing against your own self. I mean, I don't
bro,
see how this relates to the topic.
what's the
Maybe I'm
point,
slow.
bro? Them Arabs was enslaving Christians and black
They were in
folks
Arab.
in the interior of Africa,
They
bro.
weren't
Both.
Arab.
so you're saying they
I
weren't
mean,
Arab
it's pretty.
because they had blue eyes and red hair?
That's a weak point you trying to make, bro.
Anyway,
So
so those people that y'all show, those light skinned people in turbans and stuff like that, red hair. Make sure you give people the context of who.
so forget the genetics. We just gonna ride with the literature
I mean,
of what a nigga said a couple hundred years ago. and shit.
If we doing that, then you need to give the context when you be on your live showing black Moors not running shit.
I already did that.
Right.
You didn't show not one
did
black African Moor running shit.
And here we go. Let me show y'all the gal saying.
I brought up names of the people that was running in to the Europeans that was kicking their ass, and we named three of them. You said, I don't know if they're African and black. I don't know.
So
if they're African
here's
and black.
the
I don't know.
Hammurabi
If
Stela. Here's the Hammurabi
Show
Stela.
us the black Moorish leaders, bro.
This is the
Show
Hammurabi
us-
Stela. This
show
is the
us a
Hammurabi
consecutive
Stela.
amount
This is
of
the
black
Hammurabi
Moorish
Stela.
leaders, bro.
Can I talk? This is the Hammurabi Stela commemorating the dynasty in Mali at Gal, the Zad dynasty. So this is during the Hammurabi period where y'all claim that these people weren't ruling and that, black people were just slaves and all that bullshit that y'all talk. And then they have record of, their dynasty being commemorated. And, Sutek
I
claims
said
that the Hammurabi
African black.
were not.
Hey, nigga, if I'm that pseudo, you would have took the fucking debate instead of being a sucker and acting like you was on vacation for 5 months, nigga.
And then here go the people is off.
So, nigga, if you ever want to set it up, if you want to line it up, if you hold on, give me a second, and then I'm gonna let you read your source. If you want to line it up, and I'm that pseudo, then we can get it in. You back? You look like you got your fucking laptop on you now. I guess you weren't gonna never say nothing. So anytime you want it, with this pseudo ass nigga, just let me know. And we can pick a topic and we can stay on that topic instead of going 300 years before the date, 500 years after the date, showing, you know what I mean? We can get it in. So whenever you're ready, bro, go ahead, unmute your mic and say what you gotta say. I'm done. I just want to say that.
On showing those white images of those Muslims,
Bro,
without giving no context.
So what Sutek just said, are you willing to debate him on that?
You see how he ignored it? You see how he ignored it again?
Y'all think Hotep scared? That nigga
Yeah, I know
scared.
that nigga scared. I know that nigga scared because
I don't think he's scared.
Don't let me down.
Yeah, he ain't gonna cook in this kitchen.
Hotep, tell him.
He don't know how to
Hotep,
use a
tell him.
gas stove.
Bro, your name is
Y'all gonna
Hotep
see now,
Villain.
y'all ain't gonna let him talk. Why y'all not letting him talk? Y'all ain't letting him talk. Hotep, tell him you ain't scared, my nigga.
I ain't scared. Come on, man.
Yeah, set
Set
it. What's
it
the
up.
date?
Set it
What's
up.
the date?
What's the date?
Y'all got him fucked up.
Ooh. No, I think he's Hotep Villain. I mean,
And he's sourcing up.
Yeah, Hotep ass nigga. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But y'all need to model.
I'm on vacation. I gotta get my laptop. Nigga, 5 months later, I still ain't heard nothing. I acknowledge that I'm asking you for if you want to debate, and you can say yes or you can say no.
Yes.
Yeah. He
So
said,
you're
yeah,
gonna
that
show.
nigga not
So
playing.
you so you're gonna so what we want to talk about, right? If are the Moors all black?
Mm-hmm.
That what you want to do?
Yep.
Okay,
Or
got you.
we can do the Moors are black. What's that?
Moors are all black. That's what you've been on here preaching this whole time, right? So that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be an issue. The whole time you've been up here saying all Moors are black, and even though niggas showed you different, niggas ain't showed you different.
All right. Now y'all both get y'all calendars. Go ahead, pull up your
What time
calendars
period are
and
we
see
talking
and
about?
match a
Are we
date.
limited to the medieval period, or are we talking about all of history? If you're talking about all of history, then no, all the Moors were not black.
I'm talking about medieval period.
Oh,
We don't gotta go. We can go medieval period from 711 to when they got kicked out in the 15th century.
Okay.
We can narrow it down. I don't want to be all over the
I don't
place.
know what it means, but
told
it
y'all.
sounds good.
Yeah, I told y'all the word evolved and it started being.
Yeah, don't tell me nothing. Just show me.
I already agreed with y'all on that it changed meanings.
So
and
what's on your
applications.
calendar? What day you free? Sutek, you too. Don't get scared,
On
Sutek.
the weekend. I don't know.
On the weekend, cool, no problem. Which weekend? Next weekend? This weekend coming up?
Oh, let me see.
My Palm Pilot.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
What's that? A Saturday?
This Saturday?
Yeah. A Saturday evening.
That's the first.
Saturday around this time or a little bit earlier.
Yeah, around around this time is perfect.
Okay,
That works out beautiful.
It'll be Saturday, what, 9, 8 o'clock at night?
Get it.
Yeah.
This Saturday coming up?
Yes, sir. That's June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna see why they call him
Are we
Hotep
doing
Villain.
it? Are we doing it on Port City African Center?
Hell yeah, we definitely do it on YouTube.
Do we?
I mean, I ain't doing it on TikTok.
I got you.
Play your schedules.
Tune in. Saved by the motherfucking bell. That's
A
right.
well-known expert from Al Andalus.
Hold on,
rounds?
bro. Say that. Say those slides. So 3 rounds.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
I don't know how this
3
works.
10-minute
We can do that.
rounds.
Whatever y'all
3
usually do.
3 10-minute rounds is decent for me. I don't need much time. This is boom bap boom. Show the genetic data. I mean, that's really the unalive right there. I don't know how you're gonna get around that with literature.
You talking about like Swiss DNA? Or the Benin
The autosomal, all of it, not just one line, or not just the mother's line or the father's line, but all of it, the autosomal part. Yeah, that right there.
It's on now.
Yeah, there's DNA evidence to support this too.
That's what's up.
So I'm gonna read this one as well. A well-known export from Al Andalus because the Barbary slave trade. Didn't
Why are
just
you
start.
reading it? Why are you reading your? Why are you reading your? Well, never mind. Hey, if that's what you want to do. Go ahead.
A well-known export from Al-Andalus, boys and girls captured in France and Galicia.
But why
as well as
you
Egypt.
skipping shit? Go back and read it verbatim.
Yeah, and where is that from?
It's
You
Ibn
just
Hakam.
said a well-known something from Al-Andalus is slaves.
I mean, I did
And
read
then
that
you
part
didn't
already.
even read that part. So, like I
read the top
said,
part.
you love to cherry pick your shit.
Oh my goodness, bro! I read the top part. He interrupted, and then I was continuing.
No,
So I'll
you
read
didn't
this part
say
again. I've been reading the
Al-Andalus
same
is
stuff
slaves.
over and over again. I have to keep doing it. So I'll do it again. The country of the Sakaliba settlements that on the east side, it delivers slaves to Khorasan, whereas on the west side, it sends them to Andalusia. The Andalusians buy them in Galicia, in France, in Lombardy, and in Calabria, so as to make eunuchs. Thereafter, they ferry them over to Egypt and Africa. All the Sakaliba or Slavic eunuchs in the world come from Andalusia. A well-known export from Al-Andalus is slaves, boys and girls captured in France and Galicia, as well as eunuchs from the Sakaliba. All the Sakaliba eunuchs in the world come from Al-Andalus. They are castrated near this country. The cutting operation is performed by Jewish merchants. The Sakaliba are descended from Japhet. The country is vast and extend over a great length. So, these people that Port City and Sutek and whoever else is showing, these are your boys.
Yeah, I didn't show no European with blue eyes.
I mean,
They
that's
count me out
from the
that
palace.
shit.
That's
Me
from the
either.
I want
We
some
show
Alhambra.
Moors.
That's from the Alhambra. That's from the
We
Alhambra.
show
What's the
Moors
year?
contemporary painting of Moors. Moors being painted while
Those are the
were
Slavs that you're talking
inhabiting.
about.
While they were inhabiting Al-Andalus, right?
That's the Slavs.
Between those years of 711 and 1492 when they got kicked out, right? I showed images, depictions from between those times. That's called contemporary. That would make it a primary source.
And you know where they come from because they just told us where they came from. The Galicians, all these slaves, white slaves, and Al-Andalus.
No, listen.
Those are
Just
your people
because,
you're showing.
listen, just because you're reading something don't mean all the motherfucking white people came from that area. This is
Okay,
crazy.
then. Can we
Wait,
apply that
does-
to
Yeah,
everybody?
and I
why does
showed
this
the
look
genetic
like
data.
Wikipedia? Please show us the webpage, sir.
You talking about the website?
Yeah.
In Namin Jasa.
No, the website in the search bar. In
So
the
this is
search bar, what does
jasa.org.
it look like? Because
The
this
search
looks
bar?
like yeah.
Jasa.org.
Okay, I'm
I know
going to
some
check
people
this
complaining,
website
well,
out.
if it's .edu or .com, it's .org. So those white people that y'all showing, we know where they come from if you study this history.
Bro.
They weren't white people.
Oh, we
Just
know who
because
these
they
people
were
are.
pale skinned or tawny colored don't
We
mean
know-
that they
so
were
you know how
white
the Moors
people.
are
They
described.
weren't Europeans. They are
When you
Caucasians,
say the
but they're
Moors
not
are black,
Europeans.
they're talking about
That's
these
a
people.
that.
They're talking about these people. We know who they're talking about. You guys may be confused because you don't study
West
the
Af-
geography of the.
Yeah, you can
medieval
say all that
period.
shit you want,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
I-
have
You guys
failed.
sound very confused.
I already got all those
us
pictures. It's cool,
uh,
and I got the description
that.
describing what those pictures are. So it's no sweat.
Yeah.
You can say all of that you want, but you have
We're
still
not just gonna show
failed to
random
us
white
a
people
black leader.
and pretend that they the Moors. We're not doing that
Hey, go
today.
sit down, bro. Quit following me around.
You just show us in literature where the Moors are being described as white skinned. If you can do that,
You are showing
And,
us
and for
a recruited
Jinaku,
army.
for Jinaku in the comment section who has just threatened to send her ancestors to get me, I am asking you simple, direct questions. If you can't answer them, just say you can't answer. Don't start threatening me.
I told you to
There
leave
you
me
go.
alone.
There you go.
Hey,
There
You
you
can't
go.
threaten her and then tell her to leave you alone, though.
No,
It's
I
crazy.
told her to leave me alone in the chat. Stop calling my name, or else I'll send my ancestors.
I just said Jinaku, What you gonna do?
Well, you know what my
Answer
name
the question.
means?
hey, ladies.
I'm from West
Answer
Africa. I'm
simple
indigenous to West Africa,
question.
by
Calm
the
down,
way.
ladies.
Okay, there you go.
I'm
So
indigenous. You know
just
what
Shout
my
out
name
to West Africa.
means? Because you can't let me speak. I can't speak. My name, you know what my name means? I come from a specific ethnic group. You don't want to mess with us. You will be having nightmares in your dream.
Okay, I
I
want to
am not
Wait,
trying to mess. I
leave me
merely
alone.
ask you
Just leave me
direct
alone.
questions.
You
think we
disrespecting
all
me
want
on
to
the
know.
stage.
How?
Okay,
All right,
keep
well, let us.
I
coming.
don't think she's
Keep
What we
coming.
doing?
You
We
will not
telling
sleep
disrespecting
tonight.
on the
Keep coming.
stage.
Okay, tell her ancestors to do what they got to do. Let us finish what we doing.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, send your
We'll see
grandmas.
them when
Okay,
we
go
see them.
ahead, gentlemen. Sorry.
I would send my grandmother after you to in your dreams. You
Oh,
regret
that's
you
what's
never
up.
do that
Yeah,
shit to anybody. You
Yes,
me
ma'am.
like you hear the bell?
Turns out, I want to know how that turns out. If she do come to the dream.
Yeah, I'll
Nah,
let
we
you
ain't
guys
getting into
know
all that,
tomorrow
man.
which grandmother visits me. I'll let you guys know tomorrow.
Yes, don't worry. You know what happened? You know the crew people. Go and Google the crew people. Maybe you will learn about us. Go learn about us. I'm 100% crew. 100% in my DNA. Go learn about us.
Shout
Go
out to
learn
the
what
crew
Europeans
people.
said about us.
You spell that. The
You know the
Because
Bell
most
people.
only people they met.
You know the Bell people from West Africa.
Idiots.
The Bell people.
I'm trying to reach out and touch one of y'all
Yeah.
niggas tonight.
I think y'all want to end this conversation. I pretty much, destroyed y'all. For being honest.
You ain't destroying none of us, homie.
I mean, I was
You're
just
one
showing
of one, brother.
You got a debate. Hold on.
Has
I mean, you
anybody
got
in
a few
this
different
live,
sources.
with the
You
with the
haven't
sources
proved
presented, has
one thing.
anybody in this live concluded that the original Moors or all the Moors were black?
It's okay. I was just showing the audience. They can read.
Anybody?
for
Okay.
Yeah,
then
that's
I'm
what we
asking.
asking. That's what we
Yeah.
asking the audience.
like a Moor.
He did show that a good
Moors.
portion of Moors are black, though.
He
He
trying
didn't
to
show
go
Moors,
any.
whose
sign.
bodies black as night.
Nah, he didn't show any
Trying to-
leaders like y'all said, but he did show a good
Sign.
proof of Moorish
You want to
history
debate
in
too?
West
You
Africa.
want to
I
debate
showed the
too?
leaders.
Yeah, no, because I have a lot of things I want to debate y'all on, but I'm gonna take my
leaders.
time. I'm gonna take
Set
my
it
time.
up. Set it up.
We
So
gonna do
easy.
that.
He showed that all the Moors are black.
No,
Yep.
no, you heard what I said. I said
Oh,
he
okay,
showed a good
okay.
portion, but he didn't show any leaders.
Ask your question.
And what would you like to debate, Easy?
There's a ton of things. But
Just pick one.
I'm gonna get back to y'all.
Okay, can I read one
What's the biggest contention that you have though?
I think with Yusutek is when we were talking about the Dogon tribe, and you were kind of like saying a lot of the research that's done on the Dogon tribe is kind of like pseudo about how they fought the series.
Like what?
The series. I'm sorry, I'm
I didn't say that they didn't. So what exactly do you think I said?
You said that the Ceres star, them discovering the Ceres star centuries before modern science, is a pseudoscience. It's just like
No, I'm saying
and everything like that. So I think that's where
I'm saying to act like they knew that star was there without any modern technology. Yes, that would be pseudo.
Okay, I got
Sometimes